Alrighty then, gamers. Long time no see, or at least 2 weeks since we parted last. We got through install 2024, and now it's time to go back to the usual shenanigans. Weekly stuff. You're now watching Bounty Hunters FT7, and we are a weekly recurring show match event for players of all skill levels and regions. And name of the game tonight is, of course, a Guilty Gear Strive. I'm your usual host, QK, and I'll be talking you through the action tonight in our 7 matches. So let's get to it. Let's see, so the only change to the roster is gonna be a scheduling one, I believe. We're gonna be playing, as far as I can tell currently, we're gonna be playing Scatter versus Gas a little earlier than appears in the matchup card. Probably in the second slot. I still didn't get confirmation from Gas, but that is likely what is gonna be happening. So, for this week, it did cross my mind to include as many people this week from the Install 2024, which is, for those who are not in the know, the annual fighting game event in Finland, the Evo of Finland, if you could say. But I did consider putting as many people from that event to this card. Then again, let's see, we still got like Hoplan, Mai, Dekapact, Gas, Setsu. And that's actually quite a few people who were there last weekend. All right, so accidental, but we'll definitely rock with some install after party vibes tonight. Then let's cut the script, do it all over again. Let's make it an install 2024 after party stream. 4 new people entering tonight as well. In fact, the 4 first matchups, or actually no, because, well, technically the 4 first matchups in the card are going to be newcomers, new faces for Bounty Hunters. We've got CuriousCork Potemkin representing Portugal in the first matchup of the evening. Should make a really interesting matchup, since his opponent tonight is Meadow Abba, a player we know for rocking Bridget most often, but a player who already has one Abba win under her belt from the Abba release week event that we played earlier. A matchup that, so two very clumsy characters. I mean, technically Abba, the clumsiest and the most mobile character in the game at the same time, but, you know, with a little bit of a twist. In the second slot, we've got Nagomir, our boy Hoplan, one of the most active new bloods of the Finnish FGC, is gonna meet Jakubiq from Poland, our second newcomer of the evening. Nagomir, we've had a couple of those recently. In the third slot, we got Luka entering the fray for the first time, and this one will once again be super interesting for me personally, since I've sparred with both Luka and Mai quite a bit recently and talked about the prospective matchups a lot from, from Sin perspective, which is what I'm usually qualified to do. or rather, if there is something I'm qualified to talk about, it is probably Sin, but nothing else. In the fourth, we got Deka and our last newcomer of the evening, Ni. Anji player representing, if I can remember, UK. That should be it, right? It's gonna be Finland versus UK match. Deka already, was it Deka who played Anji previously? I think I'm thinking of one of the Jacko players. But either way, Deka had a... Actually forgot, how far did Deka get in install? I think he had a pretty decent-ish run. Of course, the install bracket was extremely stacked. So it was hard getting out of even pools for that one. And then, you know, the 5th matchup slot in the card, probably going to be played slightly earlier. Scatter versus Gas, another Abba showing up. Gas is one of those players who generally tends to do extremely well with DLC characters, and I believe, did we have Gas in our ABBA release event. I forgot. Let me check. I think we did not. So this would be the first time we see gas on ABBA. And, you know, from experience, I would expect a very explosive one. Probably gonna be just all the good basic ABBA stuff. Should probably be acquired at this point. I'm putting a lot of expectations on Gaz. However, you know, we are talking about a little bit of a gamerist here, so you know, maybe I'm forgiven for hyping stuff up. And then our two super high-level matches of the evening: Setsu versus Elisium, as well as Poke versus Decoy Snail. Poke was originally meant to play against Strelitzia, who was already, or was also at Install 2024. Super unfortunate we didn't get to see Strelitzia play tonight. I think they had a they had some technical difficulties. Let's leave it at that. I mean, yeah. All right, let's circle back to the first matchup of the card, which would be this one. So CuriousCork versus Meadow. I do wonder how this is gonna go. Generally, I guess Potemkin does have decent reach for buttons, but probably nothing, how should I put this? Nothing completely overbearing. We've of course heard talks about ABBA versus characters such as like Axel and other very well zoning characters, Happy Chaos, Bridget, stuff like that, where she's sort of projected to struggle a lot. Well, this is not gonna be one of those, I would imagine, but it's probably gonna be some sort of a dogfight, considering these two characters usually get pretty close and personal to run their game plans. Both characters with decent pokes. I mean, ABBA also has pretty decent buttons at normal mode. It's just that, you know, both characters have the same problem. The movement options are extremely limited. ABBA even moves slower than Potemkin. I mean, technically not, since Potemkin can't even dash, but he does have like a command dash of sorts. But yeah, how about we just jump into it, stop speculating, and see how it's gonna go. So Meadow, like we said earlier, does have one win from the release event. Did very well in that one.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
ABBA, of course, one of those characters who you don't really want to make mistakes with. I mean, she is kind of like a heavyweight in terms of defense and guts. Her EHP extremely high. But the biggest problem is maintaining your jealousy gauge. If you once run out completely, it's super difficult to build back more, because you would have to go, you would have to get close and personal, make the opponent block some of your key normals, and or even get hard knockdowns to even have any sort of realistic chance of activating your jealousy again. Right into corner already. We're going into that move. Potemkin Buster cashing out. Is that going to be enough? No, not quite. Even if Cork got that knockdown or that wall break, would have probably survived with ABBA's massive health pool. And here we go, straight into the throw and breaks it. Wow, the nerve. Of course, if you took that hit there, it would have probably been very Meadow favorite after that one. Here we go again. That move tilt is gonna jump over if you try to press throw. It's kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I said it's it requires quite some nerve to throw ABBA on wake up. Reversal 6B, not believing in that setup. And now this pop happening here. This is the worst possible scenario. Now Meadow will have to somehow get their game started. Oh, I mean, this will be one of those things to get how to get things started. Land reversal super. The problem lies with this, you only have like 1/4 of your jelly gauge, which is not gonna get you a whole lot of pressure. But I mean, it worked once, so how about we do it again? Alright, Mega Fist over. The button from Meadow. Oh, actually got a double hit there in counter hit with tilt. This should bleed into either. So the two enders you're usually gonna be looking for is the Rekka Rekka or the Key Crab. The Key Crab will automatically oh well, that thought we're gonna go through with this breaks the wall, right? Right? I'm not crazy here saying this. I'm not actually sure. No, it does not. Look how much I know about Guilty Gear Strive. One more hit. Last moment burst. Deactivating safely, but again, now the jelly all run out. And Cork in a perfect position to keep Meadow contained in the corner. Gonna rock the first one for themselves. First time on Bounty Hunters, first game, first win. We are officially started here. Alright, once again, 6P. So round start tilt from Abba is pretty good at hopping over low profile pokes, which is probably the reason why Cork has been opening up with that one. Again, whipping this time. And Meadow, once again, back to 0 jelly. So very good position for Cork. Counter hit, RC, yep, gonna cash out, gonna go through the wall. Even though Meadow has decent amount of meter here, yeah, it's gonna be tough. Nice, got the punish. Rekka Rekka, that's gonna be put us back. So every round, Abba starts with 50% of the jealousy resources, and getting a one quick BMB is gonna build her roughly up to 75, which starts being around that range where you kind of want to activate your jealousy if possible. Of course, you would much rather have 100. That's gonna, you know, give you so much time, but hey, you're gonna work with what you have. Right, the Danzai. We're gonna go into wall break. Gets the deactivation. Oh, the gold burst! One of those situations where we're accidentally getting a gold burst is probably not serving Cork. Go under, not quite. I get the idea. Meadow wanted to slide under there and probably press a button, perhaps a 2S. I mean, Abba does have a pretty cracked up 2S in both normal and jealousy mode. But also that hitbox from that Mega Fist, extremely deep hitting move, so will be hard to anti-air against that. Alright, from the Wild Assault into a combo, still containing the corner. Very late burst there for Meadow. Doesn't want to get put in that position where you have to guess for your life with nowhere to go to. I think overall you probably want to have some real estate behind you when fighting Potemkin and fighting Garuda pressure. And just overall, as soon as you are able to perhaps FD Potemkin far away, nice read there, calls out the deflect shield. Just a meaty Potemkin buster. Moving forwards, nice. Punish time for Meadow. Not activating this time, looking for a little bit more. We have 100 now. But then just a little too close, the Potemkin throw range. And again, look at that. It almost looks like Meadow is sliding under, but not quite. The big reach of that forward Mega Fist still reaching far back enough to be able to catch Abba in that awkward time when you are trying to kind of cross up, but not quite. Mega Fist working overtime, yeah, indeed. Ooh, able to produce second hit there, breaking Potemkin out of the armor. There we go, Mega Fist. That's usually the counterplay that you want to have. Block Mega Fist forward whenever possible. If Potemkin doesn't have 50 meter, you're gonna have to hold. It's kind of like a checkmate situation. Speaking of checkmates, ooh, got the parry on the forward Mega Fist. All right. It's extremely valuable for Abba, even though you don't necessarily get to punish the opponent or catch them. It's not like a reversal like Bikens or anything, but it's gonna build back a lot of those important Jealousy Rage resources. That was a very, very deep jump in. Have to block the slight head. Here comes more. Can we parry that? Attempting the super. Oh no, gonna get hit by the Gigantor. Meadow still has quite a lot of life to spend here though, but completely empty jelly gauge. There we go, punish again. Patience is generally the biggest virtue against Potemkin. Potemkin has a lot of haymaker kind of hits. You know, Hammerfall, Mega Fist forward, even Mega Fist backwards, swinging some of those moves that have around 1 second of recovery. If you can, you know, avoid pressing buttons into those, if you can avoid getting counter hit by those, you're usually in a pretty decent position to either punish or whip punish. But of course, the more... Oh, tilt into RC. The RC produces a second hit. Very nice play from Meadow. Activate. Deflect shield is going to push downside very, very far away. Misses with a Potemkin Buster 6 heavy out of all buttons. There we go. This time we're sliding under that forward Mega Fist. But Meadow slowly running out of the resources as well as running out of life. Getting knocked out of the Jealousy Rage mode. Here we go. Switching sides once again. Rekka puts Meadow into 75% jelly. We could potentially activate even from neutral at this position. Generally, oh, nice parry. We're at that 100 point again. Activate. Oh, this is bad though. This is the one situation you want to avoid, getting knocked down while Jealousy Rage is active. Just look at this. Usually, your opponent can spend a lot of resources, even if they're just making you block stuff. Use Wild Assault, use RC, make... sort of waste as much time as possible as that Jealousy Rage ticks down, while Abba is unable to do anything at all. Those are the kind of times where you would love to have a burst or at least 50% for a YRC as Abba, so that you can go back to pressuring with your Jealous Rage. Alright, 2 PP works out. 1 P too many though. The key crab ends up missing. Here we go. Punish. Interesting situation. Missed the 2K through punish, but we're still in it to win it. Like missed forward. This is the punish again. Abba's 2K is 6 framer, right? I'm pretty sure it's 6 or 7 frames, so should be still a true punish if you're ready to hit. There we go. Bar slash into a full combo. Gonna be hitting quite a bit even on heavy boys like Potemkin. However, the Mega Fist, as we said earlier, working definitely overtime, night, day, and evening shift at the same time. Carries the forward Mega Fist. That was not a true punish, but probably recovered out of that faster than Cork did. Tilt into a low. We are 100 again. Activation. What's gonna happen? RC switches sides and again gets Meadow in. Block stun. Deflect shield. Gets decent amount of value out of that. And now Meadow on the warpath once again. Are we able to get the full corner carry? Not quite. And is gonna get the manual deactivation. But it was super important to get a hit there just before the manual, or rather the automatic deactivation, put Cork in hit stun, so was able to sort of safely come out of the mode and then pressure again on normal. Forward, really awkward spacing. At that spacing, probably not very easy to get a punish, even though it is quite minus. Again, look at that, the 2K did reach, but the 2D whiffed. Abba is blessed with a surprisingly far-reaching 2K, which can be sort of blessing and a curse at the same time. When it does hit, oh well, that time we get a close slash counter hit here in full mode, extending with the super. Do we get the repick? Not quite, still get a counter hit. Automatic deactivation, will be able to block after that, while parrying the strike here, and now we are already at 50 jealousy. Hold this, there's nothing. Oh, I was about to say there's nothing that Cork can do against that, but probably buffered a button there already. Meadow is putting herself on point here. The chase is on, only 3 games away, and now, as they say, momentum perhaps on Meadow's side, depending on your point of view. Lots frames from the round start. Wild Assault. Do it again! That time get a hit, but didn't clip cleanly. So didn't get the full juggle that Cork was probably hoping for. A little too far for the Key Crab. Key Crab is an interesting special move from Abba. You usually don't care whether it hits or if it's blocked because it's so plus. The hard part about it is that it's hard to make it hit on block. Oh, missed the punish there. Jealousy deactivates forward. Mega Fist RC once again put in the corner with that new use of that new move. He tackle and finishing up with style. Get the Potemkin Buster.
Duel 2.
Alright, White Wild Assault once again dominating the RPS at round start. Unless your opponent has something that hits 9 frames or faster, it's gonna be super hard to contest that. There we go, Key Crab block, but it makes is it +2 or +4? Cork trying to press a button afterwards to no avail. However, burst. 2D from half screen away. That reversal super is gonna work out and put. Wait, no, it's not gonna put Meadow into the mode. Did she not get the clean hit there? Or what happened? I think you need to get the full sequence kind of hit cleanly in order for Jealousy Rage to activate properly. I think we had this problem earlier. Nice backdash making the Gold Burst whip, however, not getting a punish afterwards. Jealousy Rage deactivates super. This should hit. Yeah, it's gonna be a trade. However, Meadow, of course, being the keeper of the key here, gonna deliver more damage than what Cork could. It was really close though. Now that I think about it, it could have been a double KO. Very close prospect for a double KO. Now this is gonna go through the wall, forcing the wall break here out of the whatchamacallit, the up crab. Like shield to push away again, able to produce multiple hits, breaking Cork out of the armor. Good reversal. This is gonna hurt a lot. However, the problem here is it's gonna spend all of your jealousy. Look at that damage. But now we are at 0 jealousy, and Cork actually, gonna get a clean 1 combo and kill Meadow out of this one. It's a really tough choice, you know, between using the reversal super or not doing anything or just holding the pressure. I mean, if you are in Moroha mode, generally, you know, other than the reversal super, you're not gonna have a lot to try to to hold the opponent's charge other than using like burst or you know, YRC. I guess you could argue that YRC is probably the play while Moroha is active, because generally if you don't get the kill with that Moroha reversal, it's gonna put you in such a bad situation that, you know, a lot of the times it's gonna be hard coming back from that one unless you already had a massive advantage. Nice, calling out the reversal throw once again with tilt. Hops over stuff on normal mode and acts as just a straight up fast starting instant overhead. Well, not instant, but very fast starting overhead. Nice, sees the forward Mega Fist coming through and deems that it is time to reversal. Good presence of mind there for Meadow. Okay, Mega Fist beating far slash, doing it again. Multiple hits as a slightly neutral outcome. I think Meadow did get a little bit of key gauge out of that one. Did she? Yeah, look at this as, ooh, nice throw. Gonna get a safe deactivation here, but once again, the meaty timing slightly off for Meadow. Still gets a 2P into Key Crab, but gets grabbed again, damn. Right, Cork plowing forward with the Mega Fists. Those have been really well spaced for the most part for Cork. Hopping over, there we go, punish on whiff. And tries to activate at a, I mean, you were at a frame advantage there, but it does take quite a few frames to go into the manual activation. And again, yeah. This is another reason. Oh, trying to force it. Able to do it this time. However, Cork starting the pressure string. Whipping a 2S there. No forward Mega Fist this time. And now Meadow only has so much jelly left. In fact, none at all. Punish, yeah. Is gonna build a little bit of key gauge. Rekka. Activation is possible again. It's not quite enough to kill here. Super would have done it, but was slightly off. And you got activation that goes into Danzai. That's gonna be that one tool that does not care about the massive hitbox of Mega Fist. If only we had access to that move more often. But alas, Abba does need to build that gauge first and get the clean activation before having access to her own armored special move. Right, lots of damage. We go. Ooh, I like that. The gold burst, able to not only negate the whole situation but get into a positive bonus. However, Cork got there really fast. Of course, we're talking about Abba. Unless you activate immediately after that gold burst, Potemkin is probably gonna close in on you even faster than you can get out of the corner. Tilt, calling out the throw once again. And taking a wall break with this super, because like we talked about earlier, if you were to cash out with the other one, you would run completely zero jelly. That's not where we want to be. See Meadow looking to finish with this combo. Not quite enough. Gonna get the manual deactivation here and has to hold the Garuda. Ooh, just a little bit too far for the throw this time. Mega Fist. Round start works out once again. Keep up the pressure. White Wild Assault. Good 6B there. Wait, was that 6B against forward Mega Fist? That's gotta speak volumes of how good anti-airing Abba does have. Because it's very rare for, you know, a standard 6B hitbox to be able to contest that move. Double backdash, making the White Wild Assault whip. Very massive win here for Meadow. You think it's not, you know, you think it's not too bad, but, you know, for these heavy or, whatchamacallit, the heavyweight characters, when they, you know, when they miss with their wild assaults, those are some of the most effective tools that you have to make plays with. So you end up whiffing it, and you end up putting yourself in a situation where you don't have a bar or half a burst left anymore. Your options are, you know, way weaker than with if you had that, right? Right, 2D calls out the poke from Meadow. Lots of swinging back and forth. Cork once again comes out of that as victorious. We got the punish. Rekka, full jelly ready to go. And we activate. The way out of that downside. Ah, there we go. And with the jump heavy, very high button to challenge. Even by the best of anti-airs in the game. Certainly not air-to-air or the Mega Fist. I tried to RC and perhaps throw Cork out of that Wild Assault, but not working out this time. Ooh, what was that? Wait, that was Abba's 5D? Never seen that before. The activation here, forward Mega Fist into the punish, and RC, good presence of mind. With the RC cash out, even though that 2k starter not gonna yield the most damage, recognizing that Cork is low enough to get the kill. Jump D, complete whip, no reaction from Cork here. Full jealousy gauge. But the big question, how are we going to activate? Alright. Ooh, just got a flight B there. I wonder, the P button is what activates jealousy, right? So was that Meadow just making a misinput? Has to fight still in the normal mode. We do have 50 meter though if we want to try to reversal out of it. However, not getting any sort of gap to do it. That must have been a massively costly misinput for Meadow after that hard knockdown. She wanted to go into full 100% jealousy, but just couldn't get it out. Missing the parry. The 2K from Potemkin not quite reaching far enough. Sliding forward. The second hit of the record chain is, oh, downside with the second hit still armoring through. YRC negating the throw, going into tilt. Alright, tries to play it safe. Of course, when you manually deactivate from Moroha, you are gonna get exactly half of your jelly back immediately that you spent during your previous Moroha mode. Yeah, like so. That's why it's like doubly important to start your Moroha sequences with as much Moroha as possible. That means when you deactivate, you're also gonna have like the biggest chance of, you know, getting refunded as much as possible. Simple mathematics, huh? There we go. With the punish, 2P Meadow slowly drawing in on Cork. Started out very Potemkin advantageous. But it's been getting better and better for Meadow.
Duel 1.
The punishes are coming out. Combos are landing, and wow, the prediction, perhaps even reaction. The round start white Wild Assault. Certainly not the first time that Meadow sees that. That's been one of the go-to MVPs for Cork so far. Ooh, able to, wow! The forceful activation, or rather the deactivation of the Moroha allows Meadow to peek into the future and see that the burst is coming out. Wow! That one time when you do get to use your Moroha deactivation as kind of like a Nago mask on kind of a tool. Usually it's not gonna give you that much value because you are forced into 10 frames of blocking after that, unlike Nago. But hey, is it gonna be enough? Ooh, surprising! The sweet spot where the Potemkin Buster actually kills Abba. Here we go, tilt over once again. Decently hard-hitting combo. Finish forward, we get the punish, not quite RC. Let's see it. Drops the combo, but the second hit of downside still holding down the fourth and giving plus frames. She's gonna get the activation. Yes, gets the manual deactivation and builds all of that massively important jelly back. So Meadow still in a decent position. Using burst to try to get out of the corner. No, that's gonna kill, right? And Cork moves on to 6 points. This has been a very fast-paced matchup. And perhaps not surprisingly so, considering the characters that we have on the screen, Potemkin and Abba. Some of the hardest hitting characters, some of the hardest committing characters as well. So I guess the idea is when the round call ends, someone's gonna die, and fast. Ooh, nice pickup. RC. We're gonna get the deactivation. Yes, just in time, perfect! And sticking? No, it's gonna straight up break. Soft knockdown, but what are you gonna do? I guess Wild Assault, that's what. Then again, if Wild Assault and Downside collide, which one has more input frames? You would imagine Downside does. I think they probably power through each other, in which case it's gonna be a case of like who recovers fastest? Maybe? Any nowheres in the chat? Tilting forward, ooh! And finding the hit with Rekka 1. Yeah, tilt is like one of the MVP moves of Abba's toolkit in normal mode. Even if you make your opponent block it, it's still extremely good, only being -1 on block. So technically unpunishable. Right, 6P still active. The Rekka is blocked though. We go the force deactivation, block close slash, and now finding a low. One more hit. Reversal is gonna put Meadow for a very brief period into downside mode, into Moroha mode. But again, that's what, like 3-4 seconds worth of Moroha? Not even 4. More like 3. That's not a whole lot of time to finish the opponent. Here we go into a key grab. Meadow has been opting to finish most of her combo sequences with the Reka instead. This time going into the key grab and breaking the wall. We're gonna cash out. I think Cork. It's gonna be close, right? Bam, bam, bam. No. Potemkin being the thick boy that he is, surviving with considerable amount of life still to spend. Moving forward into the Potemkin Buster. However, Meadow is fairly healthy here still. And with the 100 meter, it's gonna... No! The super is completely gonna whiff! Potemkin too high up in the air. What now? YRC, my frames, -1. Don't care. Press buttons, Meadow. Still perhaps alive. No! The far slash! The far slash whiffs into the reversal throw. Potemkin Nago players shaking hands. Man, that reversal throw goes far. God damn. Alright, but Cork takes it in their debut match on Bounty Hunter, 7-4. Explosive and, you know, brief. That's how we like it. But man, that far slash though, I think it's a fairly common case in Guilty Gear Strife when you're trying to Oki and you would love to have a close slash. Because close slash never gonna whiff and it's probably gonna be active enough to take care of just about anything that the opponent can do. But if you misspace it and get far slash instead, far slash has so much more counterplay. Can be, you know, perhaps sometimes reversal grabbed like happened here, 6-speed, backdashed. It's just vulnerable to so many more things. All right, but next up, actually, yeah, let's do a quick check where we are at. So Gas wanted their matchup next. So let me confirm with the players. Did I get a reply from Gas? I think I did not. Oh yeah, Gas is already in the lobby. Right. Okay. So that would be the matchup number 5 next. So straight to another ABBA matchup. Gonna be a slightly different pace here. Gas bringing the ABBA gaming, but Potemkin is going to be replaced by a way more mobile character in the form of Giovanna. So we were talking about how in normal mode, ABBA kind of does have pretty decent buttons, reach for moves such as like 2K, 5K, 5 heavy. Far slash, not you. Far slash is a piece of shit and doesn't go anywhere. But a lot of really good buttons have range. The downside is that some of those good buttons, such as like 5 heavy, as far-reaching as they are extremely vulnerable on whiff. And this character Giovanna here, probably one of the best, if not the best character in the game for bringing home those whiff punishes. Okay, providing the room code for our competitors. I forgot if Gas actually played ABBA in install. I only fought Gas in the Exert side of things, saw them play Exert, but yeah, now that I think about it, I didn't see a single Strive match from Gas during the whole weekend. Well, we're gonna have a pretty decent amount of matches from Gas here, and like I advertised earlier, Gas is one of those gamers who generally comes out extremely well prepared on a short notice when a DLC character hits the shelves. I think in fact Gas has won probably most of their DLC debut character matches on Bounty Hunters, I want to say. Of course, this time the opponent is gonna be fairly of high caliber. Scatter, a long-time Giovanna player. Pretty much, I don't think I've ever seen Scatter play anything else than Giovanna since the advent of Guilty Gear Strive. So many arduous years of grinding on this character versus the new hot toy that we got on the shelf. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, interesting trait there. Look fairly neutral into tilt, immediate burst from Scatter. Yeah, speaking of those whiff punishes. Activates mode, swings downside, but downside is another really great example of moves that are just extremely whiff punishable. Forceful activation here, tries to go for a neutral jump, a Scatter on top of it. And now, this is where the struggle begins. Oh, or not. Gas manages to land the first. 25% of the Moroha gauge goes into 50% and activates immediately. Goes into the low option, the 2 hitting, too heavy. Considerable amount of damage, but forced out of the Moroha. Look at that! That's a Guilty Gear legacy player there.
Duel 2.
Only mere frames of Scatter being in the sky, already ready to, you know, yoink the opponent out of there. Alright, close slash. Maybe conscious of the burst that Gas is holding on to at the moment. Gas probably will be taking that burst into the next round. This is starting to slip through their fingers. Yes, indeed. That is the safest play. Alright, going with the, not the tilt this time, but the key drag. Or whatever you call them. Is that, I think the special move has a drag in its special name. It's for all intents and purposes a key drag, the command dash. Some people also say slide. Right now, tough spot for Gas. Got stuck into the block string while, ooh, did you get out there? Perfect! Able to get the FRC deactivation during that combo and still enter Moroha mode again. Will be forced out here with Zero Jelly. Now he scatters, time to strike. Bait the throw. No big combo though. But yeah, with the dancing back and forth. Step dash, micro break. Can control the amount of momentum that Giovanna moves forward extremely well, depending on how many frames you commit into the forward dash. You can even almost like forward dash in place with Giovanna. Case in point. Ooh, tried to backdash out of that burst. However, the new hot blue bursts reaching the full screen. Won't be able to dodge those. To a forced activation. Oh, and the overhead. Does that have 2 good options here, I guess, to... I mean, depending on what you wall stick your opponent with, if you wall stick with normals, generally you can manually deactivate and then go for a key grab to enter the next screen with Moroha activated. RC, keep the pressure going. Bar slash, swinging a miss. Bar slash is kind of like a necessary evil kind of a button. It is great if you can make it connect, kind of same as with key grab, but it's sometimes such a drag to make it connect because it has such minimalistic range, even though it moves up and forward. Ooh, doesn't commit to the whiff punish this time, Scatter. Ooh, got the backdash very deep. I think that's, in Abba's terms, that's as close as you get to a full screen dash DP. Deep dash with Moroha into downside. Like shield, putting Gas in a peculiar situation there after the overhead. Go combo still keeps going and should be able to force Gas into the plot pop animation afterwards. Not committing into a dash afterwards into stream. So the Moroha pop, like we discussed earlier, is 10 frames of forced recovery during which Abba can do nothing else but block. So technically that is your cue to perhaps close in on Abba while she can't do anything but block. This is gonna actually whiff at 100 meter though. Activate, deflect shield again. That's kind of smart, because no matter if it's the too heavy, the low option, or the tilt, the overhead option comes out, that deflect shield is gonna push Abba away. And another nasty thing for Abba is that you can't really easily justify going for throws, because that it is very expensive in terms of how much Moroha gauge you're gonna spend for that throw, because the Moroha keeps ticking down while the throw animation progresses. So it's in terms of its cost, it's something like 20 or 25% Moroha if you go for a throw. So a lot of people say it's actively harmful for you. Very hard to justify unless you still have like full freshly activated Moroha gauge. Rekka 2 doesn't quite finish, but we're going into the mode here. Scatter smartly defending, walking in the air. Those jump heavies are nasty, and the 5 heavy swinging! A hit this time! Was able to predict that Scatter wanted to dash forward and caught them doing so. 5 heavy in the normal mode is extremely good at sort of predicting forward dashes or back dashes. I think it's mostly used, or most commonly used, as a backdash catching tool from a lot of situations. For example, round start, very hard to backdash out of. In fact, I think many characters just simply can't. Good block on the right side and the punish as well. Didn't get this finishing special move though. Big frame trap into close slash, we cashing out! Gas, no 50 meter yet, and probably wouldn't like to use that deflect shield while we are this low on health. So probably we'll just have to work with the resources that don't move between the rounds here. Fishing for the overhead hit, smartly, Scatter just backdashing out of it, just being outside of the active range of anything that can open you up. Nice. He drag under that reversal, that round start DP. Very akin to a 6P, but slightly more explosive. Also blast frame from the Empower. Wait a second! Was trying to go for a, I guess, throw or dash reset there? The manual deactivation, and now you can see Gas's jelly gauge being gray, which kind of means that you can't really manually activate here. You would have to build enough jelly to go over that little threshold here, so that your gauge turns into yellow, like so. And we activate overhead. Nice. We don't need anything else. All right, tilt into tilt. You'll have to see it. Are you gonna challenge that -1? But does have pretty fast buttons. Remember, she is one of those few characters who have a 4-framer for her 2P, I believe. YRC, get off me. That's gonna sort of force a pop. No, that wasn't even an automatic pop. Gas got the manual deactivation there. And again, no, this time it's gonna be the forced one. Tilt into, finds the low. Rekka brings enough. Gas is living with a little flame. Just dancing back and forth up the stands. But it's enough. I mean, you know, every single combo is gonna deal quite a lot of damage, so you don't even have to do the dance too many times. It is definitely a commit, though, to activate Moroha mode with, you know, less than 50% Moroha gauge left. It, like we said earlier, it's gonna put you in the Moroha mode for such a little time that you're very pressed to make something happen immediately. You're very pressed to get that hard knockdown as soon as possible, so you can dance out of the mode and then go again. Alright, ODG. Oh, straight into the Danzai. Did they press it? No, that was a close flash. So Scatter baits the burst as well. He's looking tough. In fact, don't even have to pop out of the Moroha. Let's just go into the next round. Man. He drag. Tried to go with the normal afterwards. Ended up trading. 5 heavy into activation. Nice, Rekka. Not deactivating in between of those hits. Gonna be forced into a manual, or rather automatic deactivation, forced deactivation rather. You go to the big combo. No resources to get the heart knockdown, or actually, I think, yes, Scatter did have the resources here. That was a TK Air Super, knocking gas out of whatever they were trying to do. 6p, or rather 6p plus, the DP on block is gonna be punished. 6 heavy frame trap. Still going? Not quite. Ulti. Oh wait, did Scatter try to throw there? I think Scatter might have tried to reach for the throw, which is, I think, a mistake, because the first 10 frames of the activation time is completely throw invulnerable. So if you try to go for a throw, that would often mean that you're gonna miss it and then get thrown for your troubles by Abba. First here, and an activation by Gas. Nice movement, dude, completely misses the Scatter sequence. 6 heavy also ends up whipping. And now the plus frames galore, finds a 5D, but no resources to cash out just yet. There we go. Deep dash. DP as a whip punish. Gas is living on the last pixel. Almost anything that Scatter gets to do is gonna knock them out. And there it is, the micro dash, or either the step dash 5K. One of the beloved tools of all Giovanna players. Geo buttons generally tend to be fairly stubby, but with the step dash momentum, you can put a lot of range and make those buttons relatively decently reaching buttons for their startup. Even that, like step dash into a 2P even is a very far-reaching move. I can throw again, activate, and try to jump out. I think getting clipped by Danzai. Oh wait, what happened there? Two, very little gauge left. Yeah, it's basically a guaranteed pop there on Moroha. Take these plus frames. Again, I'm not sure what Scatter wanted to do there. Probably tried to reach for a throw. But Gas was having none of that. Still time for Gas. We are basically at 0 jelly at the moment. Oh, get a 2P activation. And that should be enough, not quite. Which side? Didn't get to play clean Oki. Scatter in a good position, even despite the— oh, but getting caught out of that forward drift RC. Went to be sneaking, use that spiral arrow forward RC to sort of skip the neutral and get in. Wait, was that from left or right side? Gas has been so good at blocking those flip kicks. Right. First activation once again into the other side. And back in there still. Plus frames. And now we're gonna get the pop. I should be able to see what is coming, but won't be able to do much about it. Ooh, the tilt got the backdash there from Giovanna. Danzai, lots of plus frames, but also lots of pushback. Yo, completely whipping and getting pushed on the way down. Gas with a sick hit and a conversion as well. And the commitment. Wow, I'm so surprised that Gas didn't spend that hard knockdown for activation. But I mean, that's why I'm not playing there. Look at this. It definitely paid off. Gas found the hit on in the normal mode and didn't have to give away any momentum whatsoever. How are they getting away with it? Damn. People keep talking about like two different kinds of ABBA players. One camp is the ABBA players that will try to activate Mora as soon as possible and, you know, make things happen as soon as possible. The other side of the ABBA player base will probably try to play a little bit longer in the normal mode and try to build as much as Moroha before activation. For example, that 75% or even 100%. Here we go, burst, activation again, you know it. Lots of options available for Scatter. Has 50 burst, as well as almost full tension here soon. It's gonna put Scatter into the Giovanna specific mode where your defense and your attack modifiers are enhanced. Here we go. Is that gonna stick? Yeah, and just takes a quick break with a 6 heavy. It's a little hard to path Giovanna, or sorry, not Giovanna, ABBA combos. Because usually you'd love to get a wall stick, then exit the mode, and then enter the mode with a key grab, if possible. It sometimes can be hard to route perfectly that you get to do that. Use speed, stay in there. How often do you see ABBA boxing an opponent in the corner? Finally, Scatter is out, but at what cost? Deflect shield. Oh, with an RC completely negated the deflect shield pushback and still allowed Gas to maintain advantage and pressure. Very nice there. Plus frames. Nice, Rekka, and 100% Jelly ready to go. I think this is the first time that Gas gets to activate with 100%. And look at this, they have still... Oh, you're not gonna be pressing any buttons, buddy! That's the I wanna play now button. When you are in Moroha mode and you have 50 meter, you can at any given moment say, stop it, block. It's my time. That super, the kick super in Moroha mode is so nasty. Even if you trade, it's basically in ABBA's favor. If you block it, it's like something outrageous as plus like 50 or plus 60 or something. You can basically dash full screen and still do an airtight mix-up of sorts. Problem, of course, is getting there, getting into the Moroha mode where you have enough jelly left to spend, as well as have that 50 meter. Ooh, nice whip punish there on downside. Those are some of the things that you absolutely have to learn to do if you're playing against ABBA. Here we go, just a normal spiral arrow plus frames, close slash. Here we go, big combo. Are we cashing out? Yes, indeed. Spin that doggy around. Woof! Lots and lots of damage. Gas does have 50 meter. What are we gonna use it for? Oh, the far slash. No, not the far slash. Always whipping on things. RC. Oh no, Gas! Drift forward into the wrong side so that he couldn't block. Get out of there, downside. We have so much jelly ready to go. Oh, that's gonna work for the tilt. Yeah. Good call out there for Scatter. Oh, wow, that jump on the 6P was so active there. Caught Gas even after the key grab. Or the slide, or I don't know. What do you guys want to call that? Slide? Slide is easier to say. Key grab is like 2 words. Really difficult on the tongue. Alright. That was so smart from Scatter. During that forceful block animation, Scatter actually, instead of just dashing into a close slash, chose to skip to the other side and put Gas into the corner. That is probably the optimal way of using your 10 frames of forced recovery time after the pop.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Alright, empowered, plus frames out of the spiral arrow. Gas using some of the forceful methods of their own, using that blue wild assault and activating straight out of it. Did you press a button? Look at this, plus frames. Oh, I mean, it's another option to sort of using that super to deactivate and then activate again. So you can kinda use that as a refresh, especially if you start at very high on Moroha and then deactivate when you have very little left. Then you would get half back, go back into the mode, and you know, work from there. Nice, whip punish on the tilt. Goes for a hard bait on the burst, but Gas not ready to burst just yet. We can still take a little bit more damage. We are a healthy girl after all. Lots of defense modifier, lots of guts as well. Darcy, I think Gas was probably hoping to... Ooh, look at that clean air throw! But that's not gonna immediately better Gas's position. However, if you get a two Rekkas there, RC again deflecting deflect shield, negating deflect shield altogether. Spiral out overcoming. Yes! Gas sees it. 6B is the reaction option at that range. Even without the time stop, you can kind of react to the spiral arrow coming, especially from full screen. But none of that is gonna help Gas now. Scatter plays a really fast game number 8 and puts it 4 points even.
man.
We are slowly starting to enter the end game here. Neck to neck, perfectly. Tilt over. That far slash from Scatter. Right, 5 heavy lances a hit, gives just enough time to activate. And the overhead conversion. We have a couple of options here, choosing to break the wall with the kick super, but now we still have a problem. How do we get the jelly back? They commit, go in, and now we'll pay the price. Let's see if Scatter can make this happen. Very low on health, but it might not end up mattering if you get the pressure. Yeah, still unwilling to press the unwilling to burst into those baits of Scatters. Plus frame from the spiral. Pressure, finally plus for gas after the up dog, and here we go. No, still unfortunately on gray jelly gauge, so won't be able to manually activate. I imagine gas would definitely activate with even this little bit of jelly left after a hard knockdown, but unfortunately you are not allowed to do so, said Ishiwatari Daisuke. Alright, 75, ready to go, backdash, ooh, straight into Danzai. Don't you pressing buttons into my big buttons. Cash out, gonna break the wall. And I imagine we're still gonna go in. Yep. Very respectful, looking for something from Scatter. Breaking the wall again. Can gas actually deactivate here with this amount of jelly left? Yep, gets the manual activation, goes straight into the mode. Lots of plus frames, one more mix-up, airtight, there we go, not even deflect shield is gonna do anything. Wait, I think, was that a... So that was deflect shield immediately after the super was done? So technically, gas punished the recovery of the deflect shield there, I believe, if I see incorrectly. Alright, breaking it away again, keeper of the key. We're gonna get at least one mix-up. Yeah, deflect shield is pretty good for those situations. It's gonna take care of both the high and the low options, as well as cross-up options, right? If you can activate it from the right side. Baited super. What are we gonna punish it with? Yeah. A little bit of a chop on the combo. Gas still does have the life lead, but not the... Oh, never mind. Highlight. Lots of plus frames from the empowered spiral arrow. Spiral arrow. Don't give a shit. Just try to throw. It has been working for gas a lot of the times. I think it's Scatter trying to sort of cash out on the respect of the massive plus frames, dashing deep and then getting thrown themselves.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
So gas technically having all the right hunches in those defensive situations. Great burst timing. Forces Scatter to use that wild assault into absolutely nothing. Not a clean hit here. Forced deactivation. Ooh, nice. Again, the defensive call out on the throws from gas. How do they manage to always find the right timing? Once again, throwing the red wild assault from Scatter. Recognize the frames. Oh my god, this gamer gas. I was like, what is that move coming up from Scatter? But gas knew. It was the flip kick, which means it's time to air throw. Dragging under, once again, activate, baits the deflect shield. Yeah, Scatter, it has been one of Scatter's most used defensive mechanisms. Reversal Scatter. Reversal deflect shield, there we go again. This time gets very decent value out of it. Keep gas blocking. Reversal super ends up whiffing. Yeah, plays it very safe. Waits out both of the reversal super hits before engaging. And then, bam, bam, bam. Decent damage through the wall. Gas is 0 jelly. But the 4-frame 2B catches Scatter and holds the momentum here. Gas is so close to the burst. Won't be able to burst at this point. In fact, that's gonna whiff! No! What that Scatter hesitating on that burst that was coming back. And now big chance for gas. Finds the air-to-air. Oh my goodness. That was Scatter's route to take. But the last super there. I wonder. Was it the hesitation? Scatter has been extremely conscious of, you know, when the opponent has bursts ready to go. But if you're paying too much attention to that, it can kind of lurk in the back of your mind and tell you, danger, danger, we can't complete this sequence. And that might be just enough delay for your, or lag for your brain to sort of make a decisive combo that mistake. Which might be what happened there, or maybe I'm just full of shit. But now fact of the matter is that Gas is at 6 points and Moroha activated. Nice, gets a manual deactivation here. Gonna be able to build above that 25 threshold, which will allow nice XP, which will allow Gas to activate here with decent amount of jelly left to spend into super cash out before we get into that. Like, I think how Gas has chosen nice deep dash there. Wow, completely predicting that backdash from Scatter, and that set point. First set point for Gas. But I mean, Scatter is not too far behind, to be perfectly honest. 2v2p once again. Couple of Rekkas. Get the 75% jelly. Find the low. Nice combo. Is this gonna be able to be picked up? No, just gonna go into a hard knockdown straight into the overhead. Can't see those. The high-low is completely unseeable. 5B reversal from Scatter initially halts Gas's momentum. YRC, get off me, you beast! Reversal super Scatter, sees that coming. Back out of the second hit, get the punish. Yeah, make the combo last as long as possible. That's gonna drain all of the Moroha mode from Gas. So this is gonna be a very advantageous pseudo knockdown. However, Scatter does back away from it. Got the flip kick though. Okay, still alive. Still a set point, but we are alive and looking better than a couple of seconds ago. Until Gas found the 2K 2D into activation. Nice, the forward dash. I think the deflection was still active there, was it? Or I think Gas might have actually missed the punish. Here we go, another hard bait. Gas not willing to burst though. Never give them our burst. This is swinging, would definitely love to activate from that 5. And he tries the hard bait again, Scatter. Has tried the hard bait so many times, but I think at this point Gas is like, all right, I got my value. I'm not even gonna burst. Maybe next hit. There we go. The momentum burst. The tilt does get Gas in there, but Scatter smartly blocking the overhead onto the other side. Can we punish? No, we are Abba. We're so slow. Tilt counter hit though. This is gonna build enough to activate. Here we go. Get out there, plus frames. Another one, and that's gonna be a kill. Gas takes out Scatter in a big seesaw matchup. 7-4. First time bringing the ABBA out of the shed with a playstyle that dances back and forth out of the stance very actively. Taking or making good use of that kick super as well. Whew, all right. And Gas still probably, as far as I can remember, completely undefeated with first-time DLC characters. Is it the fact that Gas is such a gamer, or is it the fact that I don't, you know, match Gas with, you know, strong enough players? But I mean, you can't really call Scatter at, like, you can't say Scatter isn't a strong player either. I guess this gamer is just so fucking juiced. Holy shit. Alright, we are gonna go back to this regular scheduled broadcast. Back to the matchup slot number 2. And the rest of the event is gonna proceed as per plans. Starting from Jakubiq versus Hoplan match here. Nago Mirror. Alright, we got both players in the lobby. Really gotta give another shout out to our boy Hoplan, who is, like we said earlier, one of the newer additions to Finnish fighting game community, and has had really nice and healthy looking work ethic despite playing so much. Always, you know, willing to go into, you know, hard matchups, even if you have no way of surviving against some of these harder hitting players, still always willing to learn, always willing to get the experience, and always living for the after game analysis to absorb more knowledge from whoever they're playing with. But now, ooh, holy! This is definitely a matchup where both characters have a lot of very explosive round start options. We are a beholder of the white wild assault. 9 frame, fully invulnerable, advancing special move that breaks guard and is plus on block. Also an occasional combo starter, depending on the position of your opponent. Oh, gonna pop, but misses the punish, goes with a 6B, which is, I believe, 10 or 11 frames, so on the slower side of things. Still gets the round though. Starting it with the classic. Oh, okay, we're going with the Hotashi sequence. Gonna pop here. But you would usually pop rather close to your opponent, I believe. Just making a little bit of a blunder there. Hoplan, spending a lot of blood as well, taking it to the left corner. Be able to RC and be safe here. Oh, Hoplan gonna pop as well. This time it's close slash. Close slash should be fast enough, 7 frames. I think. Yeah, I forgot how much blood pop is on block, but it should definitely be at least -7.
Mankind.
But hey, we're just getting started here. Is this the pace of the match that we signed up for? 2 Nagoriyukis, not afraid to pop, just going balls deep, straight in to kill. Alright, momentum B. Oh, nice! Sees the wild assault coming and throws it to the wrong direction, but I mean, hey, we take the W's where we can, right? Very high block here for Jakub. So lots of range from those, especially heavy normals. Slides in there, get the back throw, and now fully commit to the combo. Is it? No, not quite getting the super out. So this is actually gonna be a pop from Hoplan. Oh, it doesn't even matter, because Jakub completes the combo during that. That was a hard read on white wild assault, right? If you just whip a throw. They do say that it is possible to react to that wild assault, especially if you're looking at your opponent's gauge like that. Look at that! That's our boy! So I believe for wild assaults, the recognizable frame, or rather the frame when your meter disappears is frame 4, is it? Is it the same for blue and white? I know for the blue wild assault, you can see your burst gauge disappearing on frame 4, so technically frame 4 is when you can recognize that the wild assault is in fact coming out. Which would make it, what is it, like 15, 16 frame reaction to throw it? But I mean, tech heads will have to, you know, correct me in the chat. That was another occasion where Jakub was already popping there, but Hoplan finished the combo. Wow, just a pixel too far away. I mean, the footsies are gonna change quite a bit for Nagoriyuki depending on how much blood you have. You get much more range for your swings. Speaking of range for your swings, literally 1 hit point left. Slice in there with Hukio getting the throw, abusing the fact that Hoplan was probably thinking about the chip kill. But this ain't gonna be chip damage. Oh, never mind. I lied. Small chip damage coming through. Oh, that close slash is not gonna be a chip damage. 1, 2. Oh, close slash this time from Hoplan. And super. Yeah. Gonna put Hoplan in a really nice situation. I mean, the opponent has all of their resources ready to go, but they are also relatively high on blood. So any hit that you can land here is gonna hit home very hard. Like so, yep. Yago probably knew it. Probably knew that was gonna be a kill here. Bar slash 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 into. Very close to finishing. Super will fix our blood problems once again. Although not like Hoplan had any of those to begin with, right? I got 99 problems, but high blood pressure is not one of those. Look at that guy slide in there. Deflect shield, nah-uh. Mealtime. We're getting clipped by the very far-range Kamuryuki, or yeah, Beyblade is Kamuryuki, right? Can't remember the names of the special moves. Right, bar slash slash. Oh, aborts the sequence and goes for a 5 heavy. That was a ballsy move. I don't think that's very plus at all. But I mean, if the opponent is expecting, you know, far slash slash, maybe another slash or some of the RC shenanigans, then you're probably gonna be respecting for the most part. Right, Jakub goes up 2-1 very early to this mirror match here. DP Shizuryuki, Beyblade Kamuryuki, Super is Wasureyuki. Can we hear it? Nago? Give it to me. There we go. That one gonna be the kill. And slides into the 2S. 2 is one of those buttons that the startup at least gets better in regards to high blood. But I forget if the range also increases. Alright, Clone Hukyo. Getting through that 5 heavy reversal super. Did Hoplan press a button here? Oh, it didn't and gets the cancel as well. Yummy, yummy, give me that damage and the blood. Now Hoplan, from this super, we'll get basically a couple of special moves, or it's like 1.5 special move worth of blood back at neutral blood pressure, something like that. Alright, well, players relatively high on blood here, so it's gonna be some show kind of shit. Until somebody gets in there. Just so, there's no burst to worry about. RC pop them in the sky and slice and dice. Hey, you're not gonna run away with that lead. This is a mirror match. We have to mirror each other's moves, you know? And again, Hoplan's so good at reacting to that. I'm gonna say that's probably a reaction because Hoplan was that like the 3rd or 4th time now that Hoplan has done it. So, you know, first time is the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he read it. Maybe he just did it. Maybe he reacted. All right, getting a blood suck of their own and a kill. But I mean, technically, it will force you to look at nothing else than that wild assault if you want to be reacting to it. So, in a certain way, you are exploitable in other regards. But that's kind of what, you know, high-level fighting games are about. Sort of taking a pre-read and then concentrating on trying to react to 1 or 2 different kinds of options. Alright, RC forward, trying to backdash out of there, I think. Hoplan sliding into the blood paradise once again. Samurai is the name of the game. And that time Jakub didn't have the necessary resources to abort that. Generally, you want to have either blue burst or YRC to make it all stop. I think deflect shield is an option too, but that's no, it wouldn't do anything because you're just gonna Beyblade back in there, right? Unless if it buys you just enough time to not have to read or not have to gamble on like 1 high-low or something. Right through the wall. Pretty good for Hoplan. Reversal super. I think this is gonna hit home because Hoplan went for a close slash. You know, we should probably add colors into the names of, or after the names of our players. What color is Hoplan's color? White? say yellow for Jakubiq and swag color for Hoplan. Let's say white.
Mankind. Duel 1.
Bit Wild Assault and I wasn't watching? Damn! You can't do this to me! That one time when I'm fixing scoreboard, something nasty. Or rather, sick nasty happens. Alright, this time it's gonna be Jakubiq cashing out. Hoplan in a pretty decent resource situation. No blood spent, full burst, 50 meter though. Deflect shield does not push far away enough to get out of that far slash. Couple of close slashes, and then sliding in there. Ooh, being very careful this time. Maybe in the back of your mind, the reversal super that Jakubiq did play in the previous round. Alright, YRC. Not your turn, my turn. And the Samurai Mix, yes, he did, of course, we go for it. Was a perfect time to play it as well. Jakubiq was just sliver away from the yellow RC, as well as spent their burst just a couple of seconds earlier. I think, you know, at our current meta stage for Nagoriyuki, if you spend your burst just for bursting some high level or high damage combo, it might actually be a mistake, because then you put yourself, you open yourself up to getting, you know, Hotashi sequenced or Samurai mixed. Case in point, now you're guessing. Reversal super, did Jakubiq hit the button? Yeah, of course, they tried to go for the overhead option. They're not out of it yet. Double Hukyo and reads the backdash with a 2 heavy. That was a ballsy read.
Mankind.
I mean, if Jakubiq does basically anything other than backdashes, that was gonna be a lights out for Hoplan. Nice, waits out the burst here. The wall breaks a little faster than Jakubiq would have wanted, probably. But hey, a positive bonus is a positive bonus. And with the back Hukyo, baits that throw from Hoplan, not able to get the wall break. Perhaps a conscious choice, who knows? Slicing the 2S counter hit. Ooh, smart! Gets the RC out, sees the Wild Assault coming and throws it. Just a lone clone. And Jump K activates faster than whatever Hoplan was trying to do. Jump K is such a nice button for Mr. Samurai here. If you can pick your spots when you need to play it. We go, Hoplan is awake, forward Hukyo. We punish those when we read it. I mean, it's a combination of read and reaction. When Naga goes Hukyo, you can't really tell if it's a backwards or forwards Hukyo, but you're usually making an educated guess. No, you're not gonna backdash out of this close slash. I got another one where that came from. Break the wall. Hoplan missing with a blade. That's a dangerous one, especially when your opponent is jumping, neutral jumping and jumping backwards and coming down with a punish. Hoplan is on pretty high blood, so gonna take decent amount of damage, but Hoplan also lots of resources, spending some of them. Deflect shield immediately. Neutral trade. Hoplan won't be able to play any special moves here, whereas Jakubiq can afford to do so pretty liberally still. Look at that. Hoplan was so close to popping. Plus frames, what are we gonna do with them? The blood is unfortunately not gonna come back unless we land some of those sword normals, and generally heavy normals at that. And Jakubiq taking the lead for now. But things can happen very fast in this matchup. Speaking of the Jump K, oh, sees the forward Hukyo, throw them into the corner. Immediate burst, don't want to get stuck in there. Hey, I know how much damage this character can do. That's not fun. Fuck that shit. 5 heavy doesn't get the Hukyo there, unfortunately. And perhaps a little bit of a hiccup in terms of connection. Are we good? Gaben? Daisuke? Can we play still? I guess we can play still. Right, Jakub slides into the command grab. All of the blood. Warrior's gone. Oh, perfect backwards Hukyo into a spacing where YRC can't do anything. But Hoplan reverses the situation. Hoplan was so close to popping there. I wonder if the round still keeps going, is Hoplan, does he have enough negative or positive blood pressure there to pop or not? I guess we are never going to know unless somebody actually counted that, you know, amount of blood going in. Nerds. Right, far slash slash. 1, 2, 3 into a close slash. Super. Gonna be really close. I think Nago should be tough enough to take this hit. Yes, indeed. Just a sliver of health left. Ooh, that could choose to play very safe. They did see that the opponent. Well, I mean, Hoplan didn't have the 50 meter or the 50 tension to spend there. Only the burst options. But I mean, at the same time, if you need one more hit, Clone Hukyo is a thing. Speaking of, oh my goodness, Jakub literally counted the blood there. One tick away from popping. But now we'll be in the danger zone for just a couple of moments. Bar slash slash slash. No, the last slash of the sequence is the one that usually drains the most blood back. Nice backdash, not getting caught in the jaws. Wide Wild Assault using. Oh, bursted that one, huh? Was that gonna be a kill? No, that wouldn't have killed either. And because it's Wide Wild Assault, it was very prorated as well. One more hit. Anyway, is this gonna catch the backdash? No, of course not. Damn, why is it always catching my backdash, but then it doesn't catch Nago's backdash? Calling bullshit here. Nice timing on that. Was that Kamuriki hopping over a Kamuriki? Oh, far slash slash slash. Getting a little bit of blood back. Finding a frame trap with that 5 heavy. Just sliding around like Michael Jackson here. Not finding the mark with the katana though. Just like that, the momentum has shifted. Hoplan half blood. Half meter as well, and a positive bonus. There we go, sees the hesitation in Jakub's eyes. With the delayed Abare, he's gonna pop, and that's gonna hit, or rather whiff into the get-up animation. Unfortunate. Won't be able to set it up properly. Right, forward jump. Does work against, was that a super jump actually? It's like, you never know with these wild assaults, they tend to be like, the hitbox reaching upwards is very, very high, so it can sometimes be very hard to jump away out of the big body wild assault. Again, the back throw. The certified Nagoriyuki classic. Hoplan, oh, went for the bite a little too early. The backdash from Jakub calling it out. Goes for the samurai mix, and it works out. It was one more hit away. And I think Hoplan had the gauge to YRC as well. But in the heat of the moment, you might sometimes miss the opportunity, right? Right, far slash slash, catching the backdash. Here we are, backdash. Speaking of that. Tried to go for the throw, not this time. Perfectly spaced by Jakub. By the second hit of the DP, the overhead strides Hoplan down. Oh, that was smooth. Using Kamuriyuki as sort of a makeshift command dash. Going under, and then over, and then into the next screen here. Sha! That should be a kill, right? Yeah, that's low enough. Very nice recovery after that tough-looking situation from the left corner. But I mean, high momentum, snowbally character, one shot character is what they call him. You give him one opportunity and it can be over from that hit. Right? A little awkward sequence, spent a lot of meter for that, but the most important thing is that we completed it and didn't drop. And now the positive bonus. Oh, the patience to take the burst! RC, oh, missed the pickup. Hoplan, missed the punish on the too heavy as well. Like we said, heat of the moment. Still technically a set point here for Jakub. It's gonna be a do or die for Hoplan to survive. Very nice. Not letting any of those forward Hukios unchecked. And from that spacing, even if you cancel the forward Hukio into something, you're probably... Oh, no, is it gonna pop? Did you notice? No, that's gonna pop Jakub to the other side of the screen. Super is available. Yeah, plays it safe. That's it. This is probably the smartest thing. When the clones meet and go for a handshake, what's gonna happen? One more hit, and Jakub pops! Nom! Hoplan is still alive. Oh my god. We can still do it. 3 more to go. Just make them pop. Fire slash unfortunately misses here. So Jakub gets a back throw punish. Perfect spacing. Beyblade ends up whipping. Both samurais very high on blood. But as long as you get that 5 heavy swing, you do build a little bit of, or draw a little bit of blood back. Again, the back throw. And it's gonna be very close. I think Jakub was, no, just half blood, so not even taking full damage here. So gonna be okay. And moving into the next screen, it's actually, oh no, did you notice? No, again! Back to the other side of the screen you go. Any one of these hits, oh, incoming clone. Oh, the FD did push Jakub away. Far enough, but I guess Hoplan was worried about committing into that. If the second hit of the DP is still like, it's very disjointed, so it's hard to justify swinging into it. You might swing and get counter hit and die. Here we go, the bravery. Pressing far slash, covering with the option select this time. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I think the far slash will linger here and get Hoplan hit. Potentially, last sequence, Hoplan does have a blue burst, and here comes Jakub double. Fukyo forward, one more, breaks the second throw. Oh, the wild assault. White wild assault is stronger than Kamuriyuki. Hoplan is very high on blood. Samurai mix and not gonna be able to break it. Unfortunately, that's the fact of the matter. You use the burst, you are open to this checkmate situation from Nago. That is the name of the game. That is what the character is built for. Make your choice. Are you gonna save yourself from high-hitting damage combo? Or are you gonna save yourself from the samurai mix? Jeez. His character is pretty wild, not gonna lie. But I mean, you don't need me to tell you that. You already knew that if you've been playing Guilty Gear Strive for a while. Okay. Next up. Our third newcomer of the week is gonna be Luka. Piloting Bridget. Go up against Matcha Mai. And both of these players, I believe, had pretty decent amount of practice for this coming face-off. We're, of course, as per usual, talking a lot of tech with Mai. I had a little bit of a couple of days of a training camp with Luka for how to deal with Sin stuff. So we should be pretty decently deep into the Yomi layers and the knowledge layers here. Shouldn't be on layer 0. And that said, expecting to have a lot of good stuff coming from this matchup. Even though these are not the hardest hitters of players in terms of skill level in the community. I think one of the coolest things about Guilty Gear Strive is that you don't necessarily have to be like the best in Europe, best of North America, best in the world, and your game can still look so cool and sick. which was sort of the, I guess, sort of a problem with older gear, where you would watch a player and you could fairly easily tell exactly like where around they are at their skill level, because like a lot of the stuff in older Guilty Gear games was really hard to execute. So you would have to be a relatively high-level player for the match footage to start looking really fluent, and what's a good word I'm looking for? Well, you kind of get the picture. But in Guilty Gear Strive, you have a lot of, you know, quality of life changes, as you do have in modern fighting games. It's much easier to, you know, play on par with the best of them when you don't have to worry about stuff like button buffer or difficult links in your combos, and you can just concentrate on, you know, fundamentals, footsie spacings, anti-airs, reactions, that kind of jazz. The stuff that is the meat of the fighting games, so to speak. Alright, here we go. Nice whip punish right from the get-go. The most classic micro walk backwards, wait for them to whip, and then into a red wild assault combo. You love to be a red wild assault user at round start, huh? I mean, well, I guess I guess white wild assault users aren't too worried about the round start either, with the potential of their color. Alright, setting up the combo. Of course, out of pretty much all the Guilty Gear Strive characters, perhaps one of the hardest corner carrying character in addition to Mr. Happy Chaos. I've seen some combos recently where you go from like corner to corner and then flip the positions, and during the same combo go to the other corner and then break the wall. It's kind of nutty. Alright, jump in here from Mai. And into the close slash pressure. Nice FD there. Pushes Mai far away. Not allowing her to get the subsequent S buttons. You go very late confirm. In fact, I think that didn't hit cleanly, so won't be able to get the combo. Oh, Mai actually reading what Luka wanted to do there and just went and got the air throw. If I saw that, I would have been like, yeah, I'll DP here. Fuck your shit. But that's why I'm not playing today, and that's why Mai standing there at the end 1-0. So Bridget has a lot of potential for sort of stalling out or playing a little slower than many other characters. But to balance that, Sin Kiss is one of those characters who can neutral skip very fast and has a very high average damage for his combos. Nice call out, 5 heavy, hitting its mark. He's no doubt gonna go into the other corner unless we missed this kickstart finisher. And now Mai actually has a chance here. This could go into a wall break. Yes, indeed, the wall had enough damage here. Soft knockdown, but a life advantage for Mai. Playing it smart, not committing into the yo-yo. When the passive yo-yo is used, or the yo-yo that produces hitbox when it comes back, you have to generally play very safe and try to sort of maneuver yourself so that you, one, don't get hit by the yo-yo coming back, but also, two, so that you don't get hit by the rolling movement that Bridget might initiate while the yo-yo is set. There we go, nice bait on the anti-air with Roger dives, flips the positions, and gets a nice 2 heavy on the jump out. Bridget 2 heavy is a surprisingly good normal for boxing the opponent in the corner. I believe unless you super jump, you won't be able to, like, none of the characters are gonna be able to get out of that 2 heavy range. So Bridget is probably one of the rare characters where you probably wanna try to favor super jump out of the corner rather than normal jump. Alright, into the yo-yo. With a nice throw combo, drop them in the corner, using them with the resources. And the 5 heavy hits once again. Couple butts. 2 butts is better than 1. 1 for each cheek. So they said, I suppose. Right, set up the shop, finding the low. The downside of British sequences is that the combos generally, even though they corner carry a lot and they are fairly safe and long-lasting, they don't deal the massivest, is that a word? Not the biggest amount of damage. Ooh, went with the jump K! The perfect choice of buttons for Mai. For that move, reaches upwards. Perfect angle for that situation, as well as is faster than S and heavy buttons. Despite that, won't be able to get the round here, so Luka scoring a second one for himself. Taking a little breather here. Reflecting on what we just saw. Ooh, 2S anti-air. I've seen Luka doing those quite a bit, and they've been working. They especially work out against Sin Kiss, because Sin has very shallow hitting air to grounds, very lacking of verticality. So they're fairly simple to anti-air with anything that has a hitbox coming out. Right, break the wall. Mai does have 50 meter ready to go. Recognized that the Elk was actually too far and saves herself with the use of RC there. Picking up RC, extending the pressure here. We have another one. Ooh, but lands into minus frames perhaps, or not enough plus frames. 5B there, +3. Oh, nice! The rolling movement cancelled into the Roger dive. This is one of the most, like, along with Ino, one of the most creative characters when it comes to moving around, moving on the screen. Check the DP there. I wonder, was that break safe? If you space it perfectly, you can make some of these kickstart sequences very safe, but it does depend on spacing heavily. Not getting the wall, or sorry, side switch, but here we go, RC. Oh, I think Mai missed actually the cool pressure resetting sequence there that she tried to play. Oh, and the space too heavy! I think this is like sort of double-edged sword. The DP for Bridget, depending on the spacing, it can reach far enough in way, or far enough to sort of punish Sin too heavy when it's not cancelled on block. But sometimes it just doesn't reach far enough. It depends a lot. You kind of have to play by ear some of these situations. Right, sees the jumpy going active and goes for the DP. Gonna be guaranteed damage and gonna get another round for Luka. Very nice. That's the reward you're gonna be getting if you're willing to spend the drift forward blue RC at round start distance after a soft knockdown. If you see something, especially as a DP character, that you can't really challenge in any way, hey, DP got your back. Oh, it's a big one. Doesn't quite get the combo that Mai wanted. And another really good spacing here. Just hanging back, waiting for either Elk or the instant air dash, and intercepts them with the Bridget 2S. Mai has a lot of meter here. It's gonna be the DP, cancelled into RTL. The privilege of the hungry boy. Won't get the hard knockdown, or rather the wall break from full screen distance, but full screen corner carry is still extremely valuable. There we go, and the whiff punish. I think there was a whiff punish on too heavy. So even though too heavy from Bridget is an extremely good disjointed and I don't like to use the word priority, but like for the lack of better term, has a lot of like able to counter poke a lot of stuff. It is very, very unsafe on whiff. So you want to make sure that that finds the target either on block or on hit. Alright, once again, the yo-yo is set, but it's gonna come back as Matcha Mai finds the hit. Didn't get the clean one, would have required the clean hits to get the wall break from that distance. And that's gonna be up. Nice moving forward as well. Luka get a couple of buffer games here. But Mai basically saying, we're just getting started. I've been practicing this matchup with so many people. In fact, it was I think Matcha called out many of the bounty hunters community Bridgets to come and coach her. And that's the kind of dedication that we really love to see for these FT7s. It's only my I can only lament that we have so many days between announcing the matchups and when the matchups actually happen. Back in the day, we would do these bi-weekly, so players would have a week left to practice the matchup, but nowadays we can only give the players like maximum 4 days, usually 3 days to practice. There we go, that's the one that Matcha missed earlier. But good read from Luka. Jumps out of the throw, takes the burst. Hey, it's so easy when you just read everything correctly. Just have the right hunch. The spice of fighting games. With a close slash. On airborne. Got thrown out of the combo momentarily. Deep dash 6P. Granting Matcha Mai the corner. Counter hit 5 heavy. That could be a lot of damage. Can be followed up with, for instance, DP, but Matcha Mai went for a slightly more stamina-friendly combo there. Mr. Ender on the DP punish. Could still be a chance for Luka. Come back to the other side of the far slash. Or the close slash was meant to be close slash, but came out at a far slash. Still works out as an anti-air. Jump D, that's a big hit into, yes indeed. Jump D, as extended hurt box as it has and as easy to counter poke it is, when you get hit by that, Sin gets such a massive combo from it. So the reward is definitely there in terms of, you know, if you want to gamble with it. Nice whip punish once again, perfect spacing. Especially the spacing against elk hunts has gotten so much better for Luka for the past couple of days. It's really beautiful to see the fruits of his labor here happening live on screen. Trying to extend with the 6P. Here we go, set it up. Too heavy, pulling Matcha Mai back onto the ground, and that should be the kill. Yes, indeed. Luka still maintains his 2-game lead. Boxing Mai in the corner. I mean, I guess Bridget is not... Ooh. Was to use the burst here. I guess Bridget is not necessarily... What? Was that rolling movement into... just skipping a hop over the jump D from Sin? Wow, mamma mia. There are some layers here for sure. There we go. Kickstart actually goes active before Elk Hunt, being the faster starting move. The Sharks 5D take them off the wall, unfortunately, since Luka didn't have any other resources to spend here. But he's gonna be building quite a lot of them. In fact, you make the opponent block anything after that wall break, positive bonus, and oh boy, it's coming in. Too heavy, it's gonna be big. Unless we have a drop. Commentator's curse here. Trade. Ooh, still... right. Because Elk Hunt, even on hit, is not very positive, right? Here we go. Ooh, that was brave. Without 50 meters, scootering in there. Set it up. Mai having a good read here. Jumping out of the corner from that throw mix-up. There we go with the shot upwards into a... That's, by the way, that is a safe jump as well. So if you try to DP out of that that Beak 2 Drift RC, you're basically gonna be DPing into nothing. So it's an extremely safe way of resetting your pressure. Here we go. Oh, missed the punish. But still forcing Luka to spend the burst. So small victories. Players, of course. The 2S range is basically what makes or breaks the footsies in this matchup. So you can see players running and waltzing back and forth that 2S range. Nice DP into RTL. This is gonna break the wall. Massive value for Sinkisk for hitting those reversal DPs. Ooh, overshoots it a little. No 50 meters, so can't cancel. Too heavy. Are we gonna miss this time? Matcha Mai respecting the prospect of the combo. And gets the bait on the wires. He's so smart. It's not done yet, though. However, with the amount of resources that Luka had to spend here, able to keep Mai contained once again. Moving up 3 rounds.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
It's definitely not done yet. Oh, there we go with the 2S again. Able to low profile under that jump heavy from Sin, which has no verticality whatsoever. It's been a problem a couple of times for Mai. She's been getting far slash instead of close slash for those DP punishes, and you can't really cancel far slash into anything super good. Here we go with the combo again. RC conversion. We still have we still have a decent amount of life to spend here, and full stick of butter as well for Mai. YRC, need to throw. ODG, yes indeed, good presence of mind.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Attempt to whip punish there. On Sin far slash, swinging a miss just barely. But we have the corner for Luka. And the 50-meter to break with it, with a hard knockdown as well. And then into the safe jump. Ooh, not a safe jump, or I mean technically a safe jump, but also an empty throw, huh? Lots of plus frames here. Mai once again with the shot from Beak 2. Now very little stamina. So there's a little bit of, you know, binarity. A sort of binary nature to how to play Sin Kisk. Oh, with the throw and still got the pickup. All right, Mai. That's kind of cool. Nice flex, a weird flex, but okay. Now have to get out of this pressure sequence from Luka. Again, it's the too heavy that Luka keeps swinging that keeps the opponent grounded. The MVP button so far, I would say.
Duel 3.
Not a done deal yet here. Mai is closing in on that 50 burst. Being a Red Wild Assault user, very useful things that you can do with that, even if you have no other resources. Yep, such as... And builds the meter just in time, misses the combo though. That was a really good idea from Mai. So keeping up with the pressure, we're playing a skeleton crew here. 0 stamina, 0 tension, 0 burst, but we're still going! We're not giving up! 3-5. Mai has mounted an offensive posture, going through, slamming into Luka with nothing but pure heart. I mean, sometimes when Sin comes at you with 0 stamina, it is a bluff. But hey, you gotta do something about it. You gotta be ready to do something. Speaking of doing something, keeping Luka out of that rolling movement. We're walking them in the corner. Very nice. Sees very early into that jump arc that the 6B was gonna whiff. So RC and get the punish still. Right, Yo-Yo has been set, so it's not gonna have a hitbox coming back. No RC. There we go. This time for the RC. Into close slash, setting up the shop. What are we mixing with? Into the low. All right. I think Mai has been generally looking for overheads, the jump Ds for the most part. And Luka deviating from that mold. Going in with a lot of lows instead. I think for Bridget, the low variations of the mix-ups are gonna be usually DP vulnerable, which is one of the reasons why Bridget players tend to play the overhead options a little bit more. They create more tight sequences that are harder for Sin to DP. And you know that Sin players would love to DP, alright? Lots of reward. The only character who gets a hard knockdown from their DP just like that goes into close range pressure or just breaks the wall with RTL. Yeah. Alright, get in there. YRC to set up the tick throw. YRC back. Oh! He kind of faked the same sequence, dash in, but it was a meaty close slash and perfectly baiting out probably the throw attempt from Mai. I imagine that's what every one of us was thinking, because Mai showed the throw earlier. Right, Luka with a lot of momentum here. Mai gets a jump out, but at what cost? Luka was ready to 6P into the right direction as well. Blue RC. Oh, we got blue RC combos here. 6P finds its mark. 6P generally very strong against Bridget's. It can call out, you know, a lot of those standing pokes, /5 heavy, also rolling movement and the like. And the wild assault, yes indeed, hard knockdown. And what are we gonna go in with? The standard safe jump, which I think is a little difficult against Bridget, because 9 framers are a bane of Sin's existence when it comes to safe jumping from the hard knockdown wall break. This is set point for Luka now. Mai finds a DP, no stamina to cancel into Elk Hunt, or sorry, Gazelle Stab. Keep up the momentum. He goes straight into the raw wild assault and finds a hit with it as well. Nice quick 2-hit confirm into the super, go through the wall. We have RC here, but no! I imagine that was probably gonna be a DP RC attempt there from Luka, but just wasn't able to get it out. Alright, rare footage of Jump Heavy actually trading with anything from Sin. Big counter hit, didn't quite get to the 50 tension that could have broken the wall. Find the hit afterwards, break the wall now. And Mai seems to be still in it to win it. Gold Burst is a good start, probably the best start for this comeback that Luka could have gotten, but still a lot of work to do here, especially since your character doesn't deal the most damage. Need to box in Mai in the corner here, doing good job with it so far. Mix up, jump D, delaying momentum in the air, hard to defend against. No fuzzing allowed. Mai will actually have to start thinking about burst here very soon. Hard knockdown. This is basically one hit away from getting a kill. Why does he get spin? Oh no! And this time Luka plays that deep dash throw. This time, oh, uh-oh. Help, stop. We're disconnecting. Not like this. Well, this would be unfortunate if the players, or if the set is, where are we going? Room settings? No, this one. This would be slightly unfortunate if Luka wins this next match here. It's been getting very interesting. Mai was in a little bit of a ditch there. 6-3. Has been down a couple of games for the majority of the set. And now Luka once again procures a set point on this radio cast. Fingers crossed for Mai. Don't want it to go down like this. Yeah, so like the YRC situation, even though it's very advantageous for the person who did the YRC, I think it's only like plus, what is it, plus? It's not plus enough for you to play S buttons airtight. You can only play like K buttons airtight generally. So that gives you kind of like an idea how many frames you can afford to dash forward before you have to do something, lest you risk the opponent being able to do stuff. And it's so close here. Which one is it? It's Luka, isn't it? So Luka is gonna take it home 7-4. Daisuke, why did you do this to us? We missed the final. We missed the final. Curses. But I think that's gonna be it for this matchup. Ever so close, but yet so far. I think a lot of Mai's sets recently have been, you know, around like these kind of numbers, where she's tackling or she's challenging like slightly higher caliber players, being the underdog of sorts, being, you know, having played the game for only what, like 3-ish months, 2 months, 3-ish months so far. So all that considered, very decent progress so far. But we'll go down today. And welcome to Bounty Hunters for Luka. Now the fourth, or technically the fifth matchup of the evening is gonna be our last newcomer of the evening, Unji. I believe representing geolocation-wise UK. This is gonna be Finland versus UK face-off. Happy Chaos versus Unji. Now I think Happy Chaos is one of those characters who produces strikes that are, or produces hits that are kind of like not the easiest thing to dance through for Unji. So gonna have very limited amount of value for the Suigetsu no Hakobi. Let me... Oh, never mind. Actually, Ni already got ahead of me and pinged Deka as well. So we should have players inbound here in a couple of minutes. So Unji is kind of trendy character at the moment in a way. Unji's slowly been getting buffs every single patch, and we've kind of reached a point where many voices in the community are putting Unji in that, perhaps the A tier, which is kind of unheard of so far. Everybody has always put Unji as one of the bottom tiers, and now we finally have enough stuff to be able to say that Unji is actually a fairly decent character. But speaking of decent characters, so is Happy Chaos, historically as well. YRC, the curse is still active. The curse is ever so important for Happy Chaos. If you don't apply the curse, this is gonna happen. Deka immediately missing a shot and giving me a nice example of that point. The risk that you run with Happy Chaos when you take out your gun, there is a certain probability that your reticle just not gonna find its mark immediately, not gonna latch onto the opponent. Of course, during combos, I think you, by definition, can't miss. That would be kinda lame. But at neutral, it can be the difference maker. It can make the difference between like losing or winning the matchup immediately. Like so there. Latching that reticle was super important for Deka. Shooting Ni out of those, out of that, what was that? A couple of counter hits. Deka waiting a moment and then unleashing a burst. Need to get out of this corner position, finally making Ni block something. And then into the mix-ups we go. Past the 50 meter. Ooh, missing the super perhaps? That super would have been super important for Deka here, because he has only one bullet left in the chamber. Better make that shot count, deflecting it no less. In the chamber. The super concentration will fix the concentration problems for now. Curse is also applied. Alright, Deka coming out of that situation. Oh no, no! Pop the pills! I wish I could pop the pills, we have the 50 now. RC forward, ODG not enough! Oh my god, Deka, don't play with my heart! Even the scapegoat gets cleaved on the way there. finally the jump slash out of the neutral jump in the corner. That was way too close for comfort. But I mean, that's a good showcase of how difficult this character Happy Chaos is to play. It's been long considered one of the top dogs of this game, but it does not come for free for sure, being one of the more technical oriented characters. You have to not only do finger gymnastics, DDR, so to speak, with your fingers, but also juggle 3 different resources, the shots, the concentration, as well as tension. I mean, in Season 3, 4 resources if we also count burst. Although I think more often than not... Oh, the back throw though. Good block on the overhead mix-up. Deka gets out of the corner. Oh, hello? What was that momentum? How did you get pulled out of there? Nice, the scapegoat's taking care of the defensive perimeter. Even though Deka swung into that Suigetsu no Hakopi, the fish still gets absorbed by the scapegoat. Alright, break the wall, load the gun. Usually how it goes, try to find a hit on Happy Chaos before you run out of resources, then take them to the wall, stick, do a single concentration and load the gun with Deus Ex Machina. And if you can make it flow like that, then it's all good. One thing though, are we getting a disconnect again? So while we have a moment to breathe, howdy how everybody from my stream. Hope you enjoyed the show. We still have 3 matchups ready to go, out of which one would be this one here. Deka versus Ni. Ni being one of our players making their debuts tonight. So let's prompt the players back into the lobby. This is the price we indeed must pay if we are engaging with rematch lobbies to save a little bit of time between the matches. 2 evils. Are we succumbing ourselves to the technical difficulties of the Guilty Gear Strive code? Or are we willing to say that we will come back to the lobby and watch the eagle fly between every single match? And oh boy, there are a lot of matches. If we consider these are not double elimination brackets, these are FT7s with no more than 7 pairs of participants. Or rather, no less, I suppose. Looks like Ni is doing pretty good here. Looking to put themselves on board. Also, howdy players from Maria's stream. Welcome in. 3 matchups to go for tonight, out of which one is currently ongoing in the background. We have an unfortunate spectator disconnect, which tends to happen if, well, we don't exactly know why it tends to happen. All we know is that the Guilty Gear Strive code is fucked beyond being able to be fixed. I suppose, because at this point they would have fixed it if they could, but they can't. But we still have 3 steamy hot matchups to go. The one going on here is Dekapact Happy Chaos versus Ni Anji, and coming up after that will be Setsu versus Elisium Bridget, as well as Pokey Anji versus Decoy Snail Jacko. In fact, Scatter's match was already played, unfortunately. We had to flip around the matchup schedule because Gas needed an earlier match. So Gas versus Scatter was played on an earlier slot. But we still do have Elisium. Who won that, actually? Wait. Chat, please help. I think it was Ni, right? That's what happens when you talk too much shit without looking at what's happening on the screen.
Let's rock.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa, did Deka just skip onto the other side there before the wall break? Nice call. One of the hardest to contest buttons available in Guilty Gear Strive. Nice with the Kara low follow-up. YRC, keep them in there. Now the problem is, if Knee gets a hit, they don't have resources to hard knock down Deka out of there. But I guess we don't have to speculate about that, because Deka gets out of the corner and KOs Knee once and for all from that round. Nice close slash. Yeah, there's so much understanding here. Deka, of course, sees that it was not the fish that came out, it was close slash, which is technically the highest hitting starter that Anji could play out of that, so he gets in a Hakobi. Wanted to burst, but Knee knew. Knee knew that the opponent wants to burst. Right, pop them up in the sky. Should get a, yep, goes into the super without the wall stick to guarantee the flow keeps going. Oh, he's gonna lash, yes indeed, with the use of the curse. And now pops the beetles as well, since we have that doll to spend. Last ditch effort from Knee to blue burst, but you can only get so close to your opponent. I mean, it is definitely something that you nowadays will be able to blue burst full screen and it will still reach Happy Chaos. But it's a whole another deal whether you can actually, with that frame advantage or that knockdown, will be able to get close to Happy Chaos as well. Plus frames. Oh, actually gets a knockdown. Close slash, that's gonna hurt. And he has 50 meters to go with here. Drops the combo, but maybe it does not matter because this is gonna kill, right? Or, wait, Iseogi is actually a low damage super. So close. Oh, there we go. Right. Wait, Knee... Did Knee spend it all and get the couple of hits there between the Iseogi? I blinked and I missed it. Either way, back into the big combos. Which is what Anji basically is known for. I mean, back in the day, he was known for not a lot, but damage was definitely one of those things. And now he even has more ways of making that damage happen. Lo and behold. Sex with the man works out. That could be very close to death as well. We're not gonna get a clean Oki here. That knocks the opponent full screen and doesn't give too much frame advantage, unfortunately. Taking out the gun. We have one more bullet. Makes it count. Loads one. And into the throw. 2 bullets. Deka living on the edge. Getting a hard knockdown. Will be able to either commit. Yep, he goes for it. 2 shots. Mix. Last mix. Oh, the FD pushes Deka too far away. That was smart play. Super smart play from me. In that kind of situation, you should be always watching how many resources does Happy Chaos have left, and you know, if they want to recharge those resources, they have to get a hard knockdown of some sort or try to go for a very outrageous bluff. XP going whipping into the wrong direction. Finding the hit. Gonna take Deka into the corner, perhaps even through the corner. Yeah, drop it here. That's the smartest play. Like we assessed earlier, Happy Chaos is one of those characters who you absolutely cannot take through the wall without a hard knockdown. You go back to neutral against Happy Chaos as Anji and you're gonna be sad. So a lot of these combos you're gonna see Knee dropping just before the wall stick happens if they don't have a 50 burst or 50 tension ready to go. But now speaking of having tension on the wall break, oh, goes into the wrong direction, just shoot. No, misses the timing. Was a nice idea. Oh, the multi-hit will cleave both the scapegoat as well as Deka. Drops the combo though. Oh my god, there's so much junk happening. All the spaghetti on the floor, both players whipping back and forth. Knee even, or rather Deka throws a celebratory or reverse celebratory gold burst at the end and not finding Mark with it. One of those situations where you probably would have liked to get a blue burst instead so that it's global, or rather cleaves the whole screen. Overhead hits on the air backdash. And not quite the kill, but gonna be super tough here. Deka, only 50 for the deflect shield, but did they hit it? I think they did hit it, but Anji just didn't get pushed very far, huh? So Ni has been able to bring it 3 points even, slowly getting started. I guess Ni is one of those players who needs a little bit of time, or perhaps, you know, needs to gather data in terms of what kind of options does my opponent play. It's very understandable if you're not just running your muscle memory without looking at what's happening on the screen, which is technically how you want to be playing at higher levels. Understandable if players want to play like this. Right, that was a lot of shots. Still pretty okay on the resource side of things. However, with the new iteration of Happy Chaos, he burns Rigo. Oh my god, actually was able to outsmart the reticle there for a moment with that Karanagi, how was it? Very interesting movement here for Ni. Ooh, went the wall slump. We go missing with the combos, and Deka is ready to punish as well. Close slash hits, counter hit. We're going definitely to the other screen. Oh, never mind. Like I said, that will never go to the other screen. Didn't I tell you guys? Why would Happy Chaos do combos that break the wall from Hal's screen away? Alright, got the hard knockdown this time. 2 bullets in the chamber, which is the unfortunate reality of things when you don't finish the wall with Deus Ex Machina. Nice, and he was ready to get the throw on the roll. The thing about the roll is that you can make it unthrowable, but as far as I can understand, it's a little difficult. So a lot of the times there is kind of no like, you should always try to make the throw happen if you can react to it. But perhaps more tech-savvy Happy Chaos players are able to tell me otherwise. Close slash, waiting for the burst. That is never coming. Ni with the patience of a saint. Did they hit the button though? Yeah, they did. Tried to go for the Kara Fujin follow-up again. Fish. And straight into Iseogi. I like this. The combo pickup would probably be a little tricky otherwise, so just break the wall. You're gonna need one combo anyway. Backdash drift. Spend a lot. That's a backdash plus, as we say in the industry. If you're willing to spend a little bit of extra on that backdash, you first do the backdash and then extend it with the blue RC to drift out of the opponent's reach, because a lot of safe jump setups can actually catch you from those backdashes. A lot of backdashes won't be able to move you back enough to get out of there. Alright, finds the frame trap, goes for super concentration for good measure as well. This takes the hard knockdown rather uses the hard knockdown to reload bullets. Probably the smartest play here. And now we have the super. Was that late? I think that's still on time, right? Yeah, because you have the low wall slump, which gives you a couple of extra frames before the opponent can tech. Oh, 6P, hello! Going west side, even though Mr. Chaos was going east side. There you go, good 6P. But we're still not out of the corner. 2S, the GOAT move from Anji. Tries to make the combo work, drops it a couple of times. But able to get the ball out of the way in the end somehow. Ooh. Hello, we're missing. And then we're going. Lots of patience from Deka. 100 meter. I think, yeah, they were kind of looking for Ni to just come and land something on block and then start their sequence from perhaps a YRC. Very nice. Caught the dash blocking sequence. Very cool. Yeah, when the curse is applied like that, as it was applied on Ni, there's not a whole lot you can do than to just dash block, dash block, dash block, as long as Happy Chaos has resources. And Deka basically took advantage of that knowledge and just went and threw Frost, Knee's dash block. That was very ambiguous. Which side? Low slash, hits as counter hit once again. Ooh, drop combo. The chance for Knee. How's this butterfly gonna fly? Oh, it's not gonna fly at all! Because Deka finds a knob out at 2k. The Reticle having a lot of difficulties latching though. And now Deka with only one bullet. And 50 tension, what's he gonna go for? Deka would love to have this tension on a corner break combo, but alas, we can't afford to hold on to it. Because we're almost dead here. Deflect shield finally. Oh no, the shot misses! That's the RNG! I think it's also because Knee was moving forward with that Nagiha, making it extra difficult for the Reticle to latch onto Anji. Nice dance. Ah, missed the combo though. Here we go. Shot just before landing, so that no 6-piece to be RPS with. Deka is missing a lot of these gun reticles. But I mean, that's the power, or rather the corrective power of the curse. Here we go, jump slash. Move that started the sequence. Backdash BRC from Knee this time. Got the shot with Suigetsu no Hakobi plus frames from Shin. And we're cashing out. But again, this will be a soft knockdown. And now Deka will be able to go back to neutral. Let's see if Deka can do something. 6S. Oh, missing the shot! So many missed shots! They should be able to carry Knee to the corner and break the wall. No, like I said, that will never break the wall. Missing the parry super. Luckily, Deka still gets a full barrel of shots. Even with that missed Deus Ex Machina. The fact that people call it Deus Ex Machine is throwing my brain for a loop and makes me want to say it. Deus Ex Machine versus Sex with a Man. The sexiest matchup on Bounty Hunters. Right, both players disengaging from that situation with a backdash. Ooh, out of concentration. Deka will have to find some sort of block here. Does so, goes into the concentration, fixes the problems like that. Super is available unless we drop the combo, no matter. We reset it. Like Bob Ross said once, or twice, or 3 times, once upon a time. And so Dekapact is gonna move into 6-point territory, looking to eliminate the first timer Knee from Bounty Hunters. Went ADHD there for good measure for a couple of seconds, but I mean, if you have the spacing and you can pop a couple of small pills, it's gonna fix your problems eventually. One bullet in the chamber though. Gonna get the wall break just in time, getting 3 bullets before the break. And he's them on the concentration. Ooh, there we go! The curse allowing the Reticle to latch. And now, set point Dekapact. Our only active Happy Chaos player in Finland at the moment. Looking to eliminate another opponent here. Blue Wild Assault. Alright, going throw from that. It's a roll mix-up. Which side? Left, right, doesn't matter. My gun is full now and you're lying on the floor, face down. Heart style. Deflect shield is gonna negate the initial mix-up here. I get a lot of damage for Knee, unless they drop the combo. Ooh, that was an interesting... It looked like a bluff for a moment, but just getting a clean reset with that bird. Or butterfly. I mean, it's both a bird and a butterfly. Ran out of concentration, fixes the problems immediately with the super. Oh no! Oh, the sharp lift! And the 6 heavy. Are we gonna have a combo? Yes, new combo into the corner. Knee actually has a kill here, doesn't he? No, doesn't use the RC, but still gets it. Damn, just like that. Make one mistake. Anji gets to play, and you're out. Alright, spend the heart knockdown, get concentration, and a meaty. Nice far slash. Drops the combo though. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of combo value left on the table by Deka here, but it does not matter if you play this neutral game well enough. Scapegoats to allow for a couple of bullets to be reloaded. Ooh, nice trick shot. It landed initially, but then the second shot on the landing ended up whiffing. Or either didn't come out at all. 2K with punished, attempts it with a 2S, but too slow for Anji's buttons, apparently. Deus Ex Machina is gonna prevent me from coming forward, and will fill the gun as well. Scapegoat serving Dekapact well, but can only serve you for one hit, and now curse has been applied. Pokes into the Scapegoat. One hit is all that Deka needs. Concentration fixed. The shot whiffs. Oh no! Okay, the last. I thought that the reticle, the last time that Deka took out the gun, the reticle latched into the wrong place, but then it teleported into Ni's character. After all, that was gut-wrenching. For a moment there, I thought Deka missed the second shot. But no such stuff. We're gonna clear this matchup 7-3. Yeah, it was a really good try. I hope to see Ni in the future as well. Because God knows, Anji is a pretty cool character. And we love to see Anji on Bounty Hunters. Alright, 2 more matchups left. Relatively high level stuff as well. Setsu, I believe also our only RAM player in Finland at the moment, is gonna go against Elisium. And this would be, is this the second or third week for Elisium? Let's see. This would be the third one. Elisium so far has had very good matches, clearing one matchup convincingly, and other one was the it was the one versus Strelitzia last week, and that was a banger. It was a certified banger match. One of the most fun matches that I've casted on Bounty Hunters so far. But how will it go versus a Ramlethal player? Setsu is, of course, categorized as a very dangerous, explosive, aggressive player. A player that will definitely enforce really fast-paced matches, and if you're not ready to play your options, your counter options, or to match their pace, you're gonna get run over. Wait a second. You're gonna get ram over really fast. Ayo! Alright, nice air turn. Also getting a jump slash in there. But I think Setsu had downward or backwards momentum from that jump, so it was a really hard hit to convert. Nice, the air movement. Sword coming back slowly. Gotta be very careful when it comes to Ram matches that you... Well, of course, Ram is one of the furthest reaching characters in the game. We all know the bar slash, the bite heavy, the massive range of those moves. But the same goes for Bridget. Bridget has a very far-reaching moves as well. Bar slashes, 5 heavies, and their follow-ups, as well as the yo-yo set. Especially when done as the having the hitbox on the way out. Forgot which input that was. It's one of the problems for me commentating Bridget is how, what do I call the yo-yo that has a hitbox going out, and then what do I call the yo-yo that has a hitbox going in? Because they're basically in-game they're named the same, and they're just very convoluted kind of moves to distinguish from each other. Right, Elisium working towards the corner, finds the hit with the 2S, and that's gonna be a kill. No burst available. The last hit that stuck Setsu to the wall is the one that brought him back the burst. Yo-yo toss and yo-yo set. That's actually pretty cool. I might try to incorporate that. Yo-yo toss. I like that. Let's see if we can remember that. Ooh. Ooh, Setsu sliding too far. Still getting a decent value out of that situation. Air backdash, jump kick into the special move, working towards the corner. Setsu still has so much meter. Gosh, when did Setsu build that much? I guess during the time that they inflict all that damage on Elisium. Command Crab. Moving towards the right corner this time around. Ooh, Rock. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Rock, but the Rock technically, even though it's more commonly used for block strings, you can definitely use that for a neutral poke as well to increase the range past her 5 heavy. Nice burst bait. Should be the kill here. Yes, indeed. Alright, nice punish there. Instant air dash over the slow recovering pokes. That's a kind of universal problem with moves such as Ram, Far Slash, and 5 Heavy. When you have a move that reaches so far, they usually tend to have a lot of recovery as well. So functionally, they are very similar to fireballs, which are vulnerable against jumps in fighting games in general. And when it comes to Guilty Gear franchise, instant air dash is very nice air to air. 1, 2, 3, Setsu going closer to the corner. The flip kick though a little too far to connect, unfortunately. Wire C. Elisium was airborne, so that Wire C actually pops Elisium away. You would much rather have the opponent be close to you so you could utilize those plus frames that you are getting from the guard cancel. Speaking of plus frames, RC, and the pressure is relentless from Elisium. Which one of these characters is the nasty corner pressure character again? I mean, Elisium definitely making it look like some run gameplay. But so far, Setsu hasn't quite been able to sort of close Elisium in the corner with the sword explosions. You of course you still have to work your way there. It is one of the nastiest situations to be in Guilty Gear Strive, but it certainly does not come for free for Ramlethal. Even in Season 3, where you have the Red Wild Assault that takes Ram there from way further away than previously. And Elysium's just saying it on top. She's been finding a way in very consistently. 5 heavy whiffs, gotta be very careful. All of those, especially 5 heavies, are prime fodder to get whiff punished for Elisium. Because look at those buttons go very far. Even if you're nowhere near Ramlethal when she whiffs those buttons, you're probably still gonna get a clean hit. Plus frames from the Rock. Why is he? Oh, Setsu was waiting for that. There we go. Well, I guess we're not gonna remain in this corner very long, although with this hard knockdown, Setsu should be able to bring it back to the corner. Intercepting, that was very nice! Initially jumping out, but Setsu went for a double jump. Knew that the way to escape for Elisium was to jump out. And matching the distance, that's basically like the 50-50 of escaping the corner from Ram's swords. If Ram is not nearby, is you either dash out of the sword explosion, leave the explosion behind, and don't look back, because that's what cool people do, or then just jump out and make the explosion whiff below your feet. And then Ram is kind of trying to guess between those escape trajectories and catch you. Right, set it up. There's a lot of damage on the wall already, breaking way earlier than Elisium would have wanted. Waits a couple of extra frames. It's kind of smart to wait, or rather smart to not go for the air throw immediately. Because I think when people see you blue RCing, slowing your jump below you, they're usually gonna choose their game plan immediately, which is like, all right, am I gonna respect? Do I think they strike? Or then they go immediately for the air throw, or rather the air throw break. if you wait a couple of frames, you give the opponent time to perhaps whiff a strike or whiff a throw tech attempt, and then get a big counter hit. But was able to recover in time. No, with that kickstart RC, not only getting the hit, but getting Setsu into the corner. Elisium is going just full steam ahead. We go get the throw, set it up, the O is coming back, and the rolling movement. Initially nice blocks from Setsu. But I think Setsu is the kind of player who probably doesn't want to be blocking like forever. Would much rather, you know, get to press buttons, get to move around, get to RPS, rather than just sit there and have to wait for your turn. And Bridget is probably in that regard really tough kind of matchup for Setsu as a player, because Bridget can make her block strings last for a very long time. Alright, that should be the nail on the coffin. Is it? Very close. Setsu must be thinking about the burst. Gets the gold one. Well, best out of the... got the best outcome from that situation. However, the air yo-yo set, such a classic way of checkmating your opponent out of the round. Especially when they're so low in health, you're like, you can't really easily block any more special moves. But then again, it's so hard to avoid the air yo-yo set as well when it comes from an angle like that. And you certainly, at that amount of health, can't just hang back and wait for a Bridget to make a move. Alright, hard knockdown. Surprisingly decent amount of damage for a Bridget. Then again, Ramlethal is not known for her, you know, her defense modifier either. Alright, good blocks. Oh, there we go. 6P against the rolling movement. Both players actually have pretty good 6Ps there. Air throw. Waiting for a reversal, probably. Setsu did have the full burst as well as 50 tension ready to go. But I think so far Setsu hasn't unleashed even single Mortubato yet. And I think with a good reason, it's really hard to find those reversal timings against Bridget. Especially if she goes for like a lot of overheads and just keeps the strings. Wow! Good reaction! Rock the Baby is actually one of the few command grabs that in the game that can be grabbed on reaction. The other being Leo's command grab. Alright, break. Producing plus or even frames DP. Wow, look at that! Bridget doing these soul-like maneuvers. Alright. Setsu's time to shine. We got the hard knockdown. Had to spend a lot of resources on that. All for our burst meter. Force the play and get the overhead mix-up. There we go. Setsu had to work for that last mix-up so hard though. Elisium making it super difficult to get there with the deflect shield and everything. The Roger dive still hits. Swap sides, and now we are in the mouth of the teddy bear. Or perhaps not, because this is a soft knockdown. Setsu jumping over. Very nice read. Here with the throw. One more. Is Setsu gonna go for the throw, the burst? There we go. I think that was the windshield wiper, Sabrabato. Very slow to start up and will get cleaved by the killing machine. God damn, Elisium looking strong. I mean, I knew Elisium was super strong, but like... 7-0 strong? There is still time for Setsu to make adjustments though. And Ramlethal is the kind of character who can get the ball rolling really fast. If you can put the opponent in, if you can put your opponent in the corner, that is. Nice. Usually the killing machine tracks you very well, but from certain angles, and especially if you're moving diagonally forward, the tracking can be quite bamboozled, so to speak. The sword missing completely, so gonna lose that sword for a while until it comes back. we go, checking the movement with 2K. Don't you try to move, just take my sword explosion, please. Rare footage so far, seeing the strength of Ram and the safe jump. Yes, indeed, that round, that's that kind of stuff that we need for Setsu here. Going for the Wild Assault, but the opponent was airborne. No counter hit, 2D, immediate burst from Elisium. Probably knows the caliber of combos that would follow from that. Attempting the whiff punish on 2S on Ram. Here we go. Time to take it to the corner, dropping it perhaps on purpose. And the next hit, that should be it. Yeah, just cut straight into the Mortobato, break the wall, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. We are on board. Setsu, 1-5, but definitely not dead yet. And as they say, Finns never give up before it's over. Is that Finnish Sisu? Jumpy into the special move. This time gets the full sequence. Very nice. And now in the corner, this is what we need. 5K to oh, hello. How did we get the throw there? Damn. Like shields to push her away. Hard bait, but didn't hold it long enough. Sometimes it's a tough choice between fully committing, 100 committing to your burst bait until the opponent techs, or gets to tech, or I mean technically there are not techs, but gets to get up. Or if you transition into a play that allows you to pick up your pressure better after that hard bait. Or it gives you an opportunity to salvage your pressure, I suppose, is the correct way to put it. Interesting attempt there. Trying to go for the raw Wild Assault in order to reach Elisium before the yo-yo comes back. Remember, if the yo-yo is set at neutral, it's basically like a mini game. The meta game is trying to position yourself in a place where you don't have to take the yo-yo coming back on block, but at the same time you would avoid the rolling movement that Bridget can initiate. And it's way easier to initiate that rolling movement if you know that the yo-yo is gonna have your back for a couple of frames. It's XP, perhaps even too good. Went for a little early and didn't get much out of it. Deflect shield still gets value, the sword is sent. However, both players are sending each other across the screen. Into the combo, and we know how much this combo hurts. Ramlethal, one of the more explosive corner combo characters in the game, especially if you have 50 meter to slap at the end of your combo. Trade on 2Ks. Neutral 1. And back to pondering your options. The 5 heavy counter hit is what started this. Setsu wasn't quite able to build into the 50 tension, but still had the spare 50 bursts ready to get the hard knockdown with. This is flowing so well. Elisium will have to think about blue burst here probably. No, never mind. The deflect shield seals her fate. She is gonna have to play with only deflect shield. If she wants to survive, gets hit. Is that it? Is that it? Yo, Setsu. Yeah, we didn't see many sequences or any combos from Setsu for the majority of the first part of the set, but now it just seems that Setsu has figured out something. Something about the neutral, something about getting into that corner position as Ramlethal is what you need. But now it's the other way around. Elisium. Oh, got the wall stuck with the yo-yo coming back after the rock the baby, huh? Block, set it up, but it's never over. The block strings last for so long, and while the yo-yo is set, you generally are able to reset airtight back into the rolling movement, or relatively airtight, I should say. Like a lot of them have, you know, counterplay opportunities. But Bridget is one of those characters that has a lot of knowledge checks, a lot of, you know, technical understanding where you can challenge and with what. Contrary to popular beliefs, there's a decent amount of gaps in Bridget's pressure if you know where to look for them. And Setsu completing the combo. like it was just another Sunday.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
Going into this last round, Elisium does have the burst advantage, taking Setsu into the left corner immediately. Oh, okay. Momentum burst. That was a hard. That was a counter hit on the 5 heavy as well. Although I think without Wild Assault, Setsu couldn't have converted it in any sort of meaningful way. I think still has remnants of that old weakness of Rams. And Aura plus frames even on hit, even though it doesn't hard knock down. You can still play it. At least we're not Slayer with with a classic Moppa Hunch minus even on hit, so you can't finish your combos or get into any sort of meaningful Oki situation. On the plus frames, chooses to DP those, gets out of the corner and also flips the positions. Now this is tough for Setsu. The yo-yo coming back soon, so Setsu can't commit to a jump yet. Elisium took the negative penalty, but it might not matter here close enough to get the Wild Assault, or rather the Wire C into Wild Assault, but immediately returning back with a DP. Elysium is very controlled, picks their positions very well when to DP. And so far she's like, what, 3 out of 3 for DPs? 2 out of 2? Not a lot of DPs going around, but man, when the DP comes out, it hits. It finds its mark. Alright, good on Setsu, clearing the throw. Mix-up still goes through the wall. Nice choice of buttons. No matter what Setsu ends up doing there, pressing any button is a mistake, since that 2 heavy can reach so far. Now the other, which sword is that? Is that the heavy sword? I keep forgetting which sword is S and which one is heavy. And it does make quite a bit of difference which one, because like once the sword is gone, it makes those buttons associated with that strength of sword much weaker for Ramlethal. Alright, Close Slash is the button that started the sequence. One more hit would probably be a kill. Wire C here. Momentary cross frames, but here comes Setsu again. Oh, and bait on the Wire C, straight through the wall. That's one of the most explosive supers in the game. Gets to go into the last round, maintaining all of his bursts. But this is technically another set point for Elisium as well. So Setsu is definitely not out of the woods yet, especially after that counter hit 2 heavy. Has the meter to play with the super as well. Now we're taking it. It's going with a 2S. Simple and clean. Shoot out of the kickstart, another one. And is that gonna be it? That's it! Setsu is out of the set. Very convincing performance for Elisium. For the majority of the set, it started out as like 5-0 and then developed into 7-2. Damn, it's illegal. How do people know how to play against Ramlethal when there are so few Ramlethals in Europe? Illegal, I tell you. It's also a very interesting matchup where it's like Ram doesn't really get to run with her like Ram factor, because you're kind of playing a character that is very similar to yourself in regards to your, you know, buttons, ranges, and stuff like that. Good stuff. All right, is it already that time? Do we have only one left? Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. For the first time in a while, it's been a long time since we had Poke on board. The man who started once upon a time as an intermediate player is now the absolute king. In fact, is completely out of the intermediate brackets and advancing to the whatchamacallit, the high level high-level player category, the advanced player category. So we had... Didn't we just have a couple of weeks ago Decoy versus another Anji? Let me check. Yeah, Decoy 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, I suppose? 4 weeks ago? Decoy played Mellow Rage Anji. And that was a very tight matchup. And I think since then, the lore is that both players have been practicing the matchup. Decoy has got some Anji sparring in the meanwhile. And Poki has got some too. Let me prompt the players. Actually, we have Poki in the room already, so we only need... what's their face? Decoy Snail. Also, big thanks to Decoy Snail for taking this matchup on short notice. Like we said earlier, or initially this was supposed to be Poki versus Strelitzia, which would have been super hyped to watch. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, and Strelitzia had to step out of this one. But in to replace is Decoy Snail Jacko. Another technical character. And as we figured out previous week, this is not necessarily as one-sided for Jacko as you might initially think. I mean, a lot of matchups for Anji are like, you would think Anji is at a disadvantage. Is like, yeah, you're playing against a character who has more active range, can zone you, can do all these things from the other side of the screen. But you know, Season 3 Anji has got a lot of oomph to his signature move parry, or the dance, or the Suigetsu no Hakobi, or whatever the frick you want to call it. Giving you a new follow-up, the fish, which will basically just nullify a lot of counterplay that's been present before for, you know, players poking into your dance frames. But also the additions of, you know, stuff like Karanagiha, which allows you to sort of zoom past the screen, or basically like any Kara follow-ups. As well as a lot of new cool combo routes, such as Nagiha, the low follow-up of Fujin actually getting a meterless combo. That's kind of been a long time coming, hasn't it? And it's been like, why would you not get a combo? It's kind of nutty if you have to spend 50 meter for that, especially since Anji struggles so much with people just mashing DP against Fujin and his pressure. So like Nagiha, like airtight Nagiha was one of those options that you use to call them out. But if you don't get a combo out of that, then shit dude, what do you do? Anyway, diving into it, Decoy versus Poki. Decoy, one of the most presented, one of the most active players of Jacko on Bounty Hunters. Ooh, Poki was reaching for the throw. I think I saw the startup of the throw frames as well. But I think Decoy was just a couple of pixels away from being able to be thrown that time. There we go with the dance. Choose to go with the fish this time. Of course, whenever you can get close slash, that would be your preferred way to initiate. But if you can't, you know, flash confirm what situation it is, I don't think it's like necessarily wrong to just go for Midare, or the fish as they call it in the industry. Go RC from the overhead. Nagiha. Catches tail momentarily. Oh, nice parry! Able to actually flip the positions as well! Very nice! Tried to go for the Kara overhead. But it does take a couple of frames to get that out, so Decoy had the right read and mashed it out. Be into immediate YRC. Don't want to be mixed. The blue YRC preventing Pokey from going into an immediate burst. But he's still gonna get a burst into the corner. Nice anti-air just before the landing. One more hit for either player. Dancing. But the thing is, if you dance through projectiles, it's not as effective as, you know, dancing through strikes. With strikes, it sort of forces the opponent into the hit stop situations where they are vulnerable to strikes. But if you spin past the projectile, of course, the opponent gets to still. They're probably in a good position, but they also get to act faster. By definition. Right, Decoy taking the first game.
Duel 1.
The banger song though. I love the sheeps. And especially when they get enough sleep. A nice backdash out of the blue YRC. Not blue YRC, the blue wild assault. That one. Damn. You have so many system mechanics in this game that they all blend together, don't they? What is that combo? I don't think I've ever seen that before, huh? Okay, with overhead, YRC from Decoy, get me out of here. Was a pretty good moment to get out of there as well since Pokey. Oh! Okay, didn't get the full sequence, so no kill, but still decent enough frame advantage to attack on the Oki. So that was a round of a lot of peculiar things happening, huh? God, I love Gildegear. 2P, the new buff into 6 heavy Link, which has been a long time coming. They've been pretty good at fixing that so that every character would have, you know, some sort of a combo out of their 5-framer now. Are there still characters that can't get that? I mean, I guess Zato in a way. There we go, and catching, putting it 1-1. Yeah, these matches are gonna be fairly explosive. As much as Jacko tends to stall games and slow down the pace of the match, Anji's like the equalizer to that. Anji kind of wants to go balls to the walls and just, you know, case in point, Karanagiha immediately. Zooms past the screen, catches you low, and then it's go time into a big combo. So the primary way for Decoy to actually slow down the pace of the match is to set up the goon pressure, hopefully in the corner, or from Jacko's point of view, would love to, you know, set up that pressure perimeter so that the opponent has as little amount of counterplay against that as possible. I mean, technically, as long as you have minion gauge ready to spend, and the opponent doesn't have 50 burst or 50 tension, it's really hard to get out of that goon pressure. A little short on the throw there by Decoy. Getting that cool the RC slow combo. Drop him in the corner. And, you know, as long as you have minion gauge ready to spend, it can be really hard to poke through those minions. You can initiate that attack command several times in a row, making it basically an unescapable or inescapable block string. So technically infinite amount of frame traps available for Jacko as long as you still have minion juice to spend. Set up the butterfly Oki. Nice close slash. And super hard knockdown. Looking good this round for Pokey. Looking extremely good. You only need one special move on block here. And with the delayed 2S. That was a really nice timing. That was probably a timing that caught like a fuzzy jump timing there by Decoy. Nice soccer kick in the air. And still, lost frames from Machine. Got the close slash, but a slightly difficult pickup. Nice backdash spacing. Got the punish on far slash. And still boxing Decoy in the corner. No RC there. Interesting.
Nagiha is minus, what is it, -7? -6? I think -7, so at that range, you're usually gonna get punished pretty badly. Ooh, got the shimmy! But the slowdown frame still gave Pokies, you know, a certain amount of options to RPS out of that situation. There we go, nice read. Sees the Gorilla Spin coming. Dashes forward valiantly and gets a throw. Missing the burst, but I mean, we're pretty okay. Gold burst on block, not the easiest thing or basically impossible to punish. I think this should hit. I saw a button. No, I saw nothing. Close your eyes, Kyuka. You see nothing here. Poki with the 100 meter. Into Karaise Ogi. And tries to produce enough hits between these. No, that's so sick. And that's kind of something you have to have in your back pocket as Anji, for that is one of the like softest hitting supers in the game. So unless you spend the 100 in it and just keep wall sticking between the Issei Ogi hits, chances are that it's not gonna kill your opponent, right? It's a really good presence of mind from Poki for seeing the kill and taking it when it can be taken. With 6P, converts into an overhead, however, without a counter hit, it's not gonna go into much. Or 50 meter. 5P, nice, that's gonna be a big counter hit. Oh, drops the combo. With the throw, set up the little butterflies and the birds. That was so low to the ground. That must have been like one frame away from landing. 1 pixel away from landing with that late air dash back. And that's how you make the high-low mix-up extremely ambiguous. Ball slump, set up the goons. All right, this is very tough. Poki has 50. Oh my God, uses it on reversal super. All right, but of course, who needs YRC? YRC doesn't do any damn damage, nor betters your position. Kacho Hugetsu is gonna put them house screen and deal quite a lot. So do your math, liberals. And another one. Oh my God, Poki taking this round with style.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I tried to delay the Rin at the end there. Or sorry, not Rin, Nagiha. But Decoy Snell staying patient. Lots of meter to defend with here. Don't even need to use... Oh, hello, which side? The 6P from Anji still catching. If there's one thing to say... Oh, misses the reversal super, unfortunately, this time. I mean, when you go for flashy plays, you're sometimes gonna swing and miss, right? One thing to say about... what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh well, it'll come back to me later. Nice plus frames, but from a distance where Decoys now could pretty safely just backdash away. However... Even though Anji doesn't have the fastest movement speed, able to blaze forward in all manner of ways. Attack while defending, or should we say defend while attacking, is the Japanese mantra. Characters such as Anji and Baiken in the past. Ooh, will be a... Oh, nice! But still gets caught by Ko on block, and that's gonna be massive plus frames for Poki. Get another throw. Perhaps one throw away. Now this time, just a tap dust. And the butterfly is gonna cover it as well, setting it up perfectly.
Duel 1.
There's very reduced amount of, or like the amount of counterplay against the butterfly is greatly reduced when your character doesn't have a meterless DP, unfortunately. Right, dances through the incoming projectile. Smash 2K, set up the goons. Ah, this time won't be able to get any sort of shenanigans between those hits. Through the wall we go. Didn't have any resources to get the hard knockdown, unfortunately. Good spacing. Oh, nice parry there. The fully charged 5D goes into the wrong direction, no matter. Happy little accidents. We take the reset and go from there. Nice whiff punish. 6P, pokes the minion, decoy. Trying to gain sense of this neutral situation, because, man, I was about to say Poke is coming for you really fast and very hard. Plus frames from the Shin. Able to mount enough respect to get a couple of good close slashes and then some. Getting a close slash on a blocking opponent is so nice for just about any character. Did Poke actually hit a button here? Yeah, that was a 2P active. Gonna be able to yoink. Yoink him out with that reversal super. Yeah, that spacing on Nagiha, even though it is quite minus, if it's spaced like that, and especially if you don't get an IB on it, can be very hard to punish. Yeah, just like that. Are you gonna attempt to punish, or are you just gonna try to chase Anji? It is definitely one option to sort of forfeit the hard punish altogether if you know that it's like too hard to get, and just try to catch their backdash instead. Which is, I think, for the most part, what Decoy has been trying to do here. Right. We got still decent amount of minion attacks ready to go. Decoy disengages from the situation. Overhead, covered by the butterfly into a big combo. Misses the 2S pickup. It could have potentially been actually a kill. Very nice 6P. Catches the minion on the way in, cancels it into Fujin. And that's all she wrote, as long as this doesn't drop. And why would it? What would be so silly as to drop their combos? Not Poke. Poke is definitely one of those players who has a pretty solid execution overall. Very sure of the plays that they go for. Lots of confidence. You know, doesn't try to do any unnecessary things. They just run their game plan as, you know, as they mean to, and then just 100% execution on the offensive sequences. That kind of players are very dangerous in my opinion, very scary. Very hard to condition, and they're just very, like their path to running their successful game plan once they get one hit in is pretty high, if that makes any sense. Look at that call! So high in the air! And that's a big hit. Should be a kill, right? Because the... Oh, no super, though. Saving the drift RC as well for this situation. Missing the jump heavy. Oh my god, checkmate! Guilty Gear, baby! The classic. Whoever has the most meter at the end holds the most options. It has gone through like every iteration of the game. XX, Exert, Guilty Gear Strive. It's always been the same. If you have more meter than your opponent, you always have the last word. That's why it's so important in Guilty Gear games to manage your meter properly. As this is not quite gonna kill Anji. But we'll basically put Poke at a checkmate. Yeah, I like this. Just taking a moment, taking a defensive posture instead of even trying to engage with that 50 meter and full burst. Very smart for Decoy. Ooh, the soccer kick there on the minion. So slash caught. Tail end of the backdash, I think, with far slash, but a little hard to convert from that range, I suppose. Set the sandwich. The goons going from each side at once. It's basically a screen full of hitboxes. You're not gonna do much about that. As is... Oh, I was about to say as is Poke not doing much about this corner break. Alright, Decoy is slowly closing in. Once again, only two games of buffer anymore between Poke and Decoy. Next next game is gonna be super important.
Duel 1.
If Poke gets it, it starts going into that dangerous looking situation. Oh, what a bait! He knew. He knew exactly when the burst was coming. Poke in general knows a thing or two about Anji, I would say. But especially when the burst is coming out. And lo and behold, he do be killing. 2 clean hits. Or I mean, technically that was 3 because you had to bait the burst in between. So, yeah. Let's not reduce our favorite fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive, to a 2-tap game. Nuh-uh. It's not that high of a damage game, is it? is it, guys? No way. Right through the wall. I have a lot of juice to use here. Can we get that? Can we get that good old Jacko corner pressure? Well, don't even need to start the blender when your opponent takes the hit, even before you get started. But I mean, there's a lot of incentive for the opponent of Jacko to try to struggle out of the situation before you get to that point where there just isn't no escape anymore. At least very easily. Ooh, was that reversal parry I saw from Poke? I kind of saw similar-ish frame, but I failed to check if Poke still had 50 there. Ooh, that definitely works. Activate the blue, so now the minions cannot be poked. And Poke gets tapped out. That's the first really clean corner sequence where Decoy has had all the minions, all the goons ready to go, and at the same time has been able to activate 1 install. I think it's a little tricky against Anji perhaps, because Anji's reversal parry super, sort of, if you trigger it, it doesn't matter like what is in the way, it's just gonna cleave through. But that time Poke was completely dry on meter, so Decoy just could run the pressure sequence of their life. Oh, that's a full race gauge. How much damage? Let's see. Check this out, chat. Bop. Ow! That's some damage. I mean, you would expect that most characters in this game, when they get to that very, or rather rare, full risk forced counter hit situation, they're gonna have a TOD from that, right? You would hope so. Right, plus frames from Shin. Ooh, the reversal churns it out as the Nagiha comes out. And now, yeah, look at that, the range is so much. Even if you don't get the full sequence of the Kacho, who gets it, it's gonna catch them from like half a screen away and knock them down. So even if you try to be careful with your minion placing and everything, that's not gonna work out. Tap into clean combo. And Decoy, they're done it. We are even, right? I didn't miscount, did I? 5-5. Just like that, the equilibrium has been achieved. The nature works as it's supposed to. Right, that time was close enough to get the Nagiha punish with 2k. But it's been a long time coming. And getting the IB on Nagiha ain't the easiest thing either, because there's just so much variety for timing for Anji. I mean, if he does it like airtight immediately, then yeah. Alright, found a hit into 5D. And super, is it gonna kill though is the question. Chat room, no, it's not gonna kill at this range. The combo was too pro-rated, and we are talking about Anji here, who's a fairly thick boy as well. Got a couple of dances, but this is what we were talking about. If you're dancing the minions, if you're dancing projectiles, it's way worse than if you were able to dance a normal instead. Ooh, nice counterplay there for Snail. The best option against Shin is to jump with it and counter hit Anji out of the sky, but I guess the close runner-up is if you manage to avoid the thrown fan, so that Anji doesn't get, you know, infinite plus frames. Alright, into a throw. Both players have a lot of resources to spend. Dekapact pushed Anji into the minion and then the minion command, but not able to thwart the advancement of Poki here. So much meter, and we know how dangerous Anji with meter is. Got clipped by Ko, has to yield the position. Oh, close slash, you're dead, dead. Even from half life. Hell, even from like 75 life, you're probably dead if the wall doesn't give out anytime soon. Alright, Blue Wild Assault, set up the shop. Decoy has quite a lot of resources still to spend. And the only one that Anji has, or rather that Poki had, was Deflect Shield, which is not the best tool to get out of these kind of situations. Nice chase on the backdash. Lost the combo though. Trying to go for a claw. No, the minion was there in the way, preventing Poki from hitting any kind of grounded anti-air. Switch sides. And now, low resources. Oh, Poki does pretty decent job at trying to jump out, but straight into the minion blender again. And just like that, Decoy's now in driver's seat for the first time in this set. Is that how we flip the momentum, huh? Just before we're ready to go into the championship rounds, huh? Decoys now, huh? Took you long enough, huh? And now we're showing our true colors. Let's see what Poki has to say about that. The placing on the minions is gonna be very crucial here. Has been, always has been, and always will be. Nice, that's one way to avoid it as well. If Anji steers forward the shin too much and gonna completely whip on you, you can kind of intercept him on landing, I suppose. Was there an RC there? Yeah, there was a drift RC backwards, but it does have, you know, a certain amount of startup, so... Oh, we were talking about the Katsuo who gets to and how much it moves forward, but look at the perfect spacing of Decoys here. Absolutely baller place to stand. And Katsuo who gets it just misses completely. Set point Decoys now. Cut low, moving towards the corner. Poki still does not have burst ready to go, but able to air dash out of the corner. That's a good start. Oh, well, I mean, the burst ain't gonna come back anytime soon, huh? Now is big chance for Decoys now to pressure. Deflect Shield is the only thing we need to worry about. Into Elisium Driver. Is it gonna break the wall? I think too far away, right? But still a good position. One more hit. Where's it gonna come from? 2P. And there it is, that trade. The aggressive nature of Poki's defensive maneuvers turning out to be the bane of him this time. And with a swift momentum swing at the end, Decoys now takes it 7-5. Poki was so long in the driver's seat during this set. But the slow, methodical adjustment from Decoy, it all makes sense now. This is why Decoy played all the Anji players as of recent. They've learned. I think Decoy said that they were not very confident going into this matchup like some time ago. But the grind has paid off. Heed my words, my friends and the enjoyers of fighting games. If you have a matchup you're not good at, just get good. Give your body a call. Hey man, I need some Anji training. Can we like spar? It's pretty simple. You should try it too. All right. Well, that'll be that for this week, I suppose. It's been another week for sure. Let's see if there's any cool guys or gals to raid on Twitch. I mean, Duck is always online at this time of the day. Oh, Izzy's playing as well. Let's go raid Izzy.
And I presume at this point, y'all know how it goes. If you want to play on Bounty Hunters next week, we do this every single Sunday, 5 p.m. CEST. You can join my Discord for sign-up forms. We'll make it easy for me to communicate with all the players. We'll set you up with a player who's around your skill level and hopefully has a good connection to you as well. And we'll play these bomb-ass sets once again every Sunday. A word of warning, we do have a lot of signups, like 30 signups plus per week, kind of lot at the moment. So if you don't get in on first try, fear not. I will make a note of it and make sure that everybody gets to play as equal as possible. And if you've been trying to get in for a long time, such as, you know, Pokey was trying to get in for a very, very long time, but the roster was really contested for a while. Eventually, got there, got the match. But that said, thank you all for watching. It's been another amazing week casting Guilty Gear Strive. I love me some Guilty Gear. Don't matter which one it is. XX, Exert, Strive, sign me up for all of that. But for now, all good things come to an end, and we'll see you next week. Till then, stay safe, and bye-bye.